They're unaliving the government. Made them do it, Father. I know what you do in all these things. You're the creator, so no reason to be anxious. This message is for those who are still out there that are realize that the government is the enemy, and that's what Christ stood up against, the government of the day, the Pharisees, the laws. And thank you, Father, for the resistance. Not rebel, do not partake. Come out of her, resist the beast. So, Code Red, war in America. Trump declares national emergency day one. So, on the migrants, right? Now the war is on you. You're too poor, you got to go. If you're too poor, you got to go. Code Red, are you too poor? They're unaliving poor people. Well, it's putting them in camps, right? If you resist, they'll ship you to another country. Code Red, go now. Where do you have a place away from the government? The government is unaliving the people. Go now. The government is the enemy. Anybody who supports the government is the enemy. Go now. The government is the enemy. Republicans are the enemy. Democrats are the enemy. Voters are the enemy. Taxpayers are the enemy. Unnecessary taxes, no representation without, right? No taxation without representation. The government is the enemy. They've been taxing every other nation. Every nation, 1,000 military bases in all 180 countries. The governments are the enemy. It's not just America. The biggest enemy is America. America's the enemy. Code Red, don't come to America. Do not come to America. It's not safe. Don't come here with no money. They'll throw you in the ocean. They had people from Sudan, remember, washed up in Spain. Code Red, do not come to America. The most dangerous nation, corporation, state. It's not a state. It's a corporation. State of the Union, no. There's no union. There's no unity. There's no United States. Code Red, go now. Get toilet paper for your bunghole. Code Red, go get some lady toiletries for your lady. Code Red, go get your children's favorite whatever now. Go now. Go now. Call now. Go now. Call 1-800 eat a bullet if you don't go. Somebody's going to come for you and try to take your stuff. So what are you doing? Go now. 19 states have military. Code Red. You waiting for there to be military on every corner? Every state? 50 states? They're going to put it in all 50 states. Code Red. World War III. They brought the war to your doorstep. You didn't stand up. They brought them here. All the people that we are crushing since 1973, forcing to pay for our oil with the US dollar. Everybody hates America, and they should. Imagine being on the other end of our military so people could stand on the necks and wear a face diaper and act like children. The world's laughing at America. Code Red, America's an unsafe place. People are idiots. Code Red, 99% of people in America don't know that Christmas is an orgy. Code Red, don't hang around people who are unprepared. Go now. Get prepared. Don't fight with people. They'll try to come eat your kids. Steal your stuff. Are you waiting for things to be more expensive? Go now. Don't go too fast. I didn't say fast. Go now. What are you waiting for? Then you'll be in a rush and you'll miss something. Attention to detail, soldier. Move out, draw fire. Carry on. Code Red, World War III. It's here. Department of War. No more Department of Defense. No, we're not going to defend our borders. We're going outside our borders with 1,000 military bases in 180 countries and policing everybody. Police the whole world. You better pay for oil or we'll drop some freedom bombs on you. We'll send the whole military against you. We'll just blow a boat up out in the middle of the ocean in international waters. That was the most legal thing I think I've ever witnessed in my life. Ever. From this disgusting corporation. You can't blow a boat up in international waters. War. They're playing World War II all over again right in front of your eyes. Just to mess with you. America's the enemy. Remember, burn all flags, shit on all flags, piss on all flags. I'm a veteran, remember? Defend this country against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Domestic enemy is anybody who flies that flag right side up. They have military in 19 states. 19 states. Yep, that's right. Move out, draw fire. Up, out, haste. That means I only see your elbows and your asshole, soldier. Why are you still standing there? Huh? Yeah, that's what I thought so. There's my two witnesses. So move out, draw fire. Your enemy is somebody who's not doing anything about it, brothers and sisters. You're my enemy if you don't have this right here. This water filter, you're my enemy. My enemy's in the chat. See this? You're my enemy if you don't own either of these. I rebuke you, you childish little idiot. You're going to chop somebody's head off because you're thirsty. I'm going to vamp you. Remember? Christmas, drink my body. Oh, drink the blood, eat my body. He don't want you to drink blood. There you go. Seth's in the psych ward. Seth's already admitted he's been locked up. Locked up. They won't let me out. Yep, that's what's going to happen. You're going to go the enslavement of the saints. Yeah, the encampment. Encampment of the saints. Here it is, brothers and sisters. Remember World War II? They put American citizens into work camps. They're going to make everybody work in America. Watch. It's going to be hilarious because nobody sees it coming. They already did it once. So your enemy is one who doesn't see it coming, brothers and sisters. They already did it. It's World War II. Walmart put people in slave labor camps. Remember, your parents were born in another country, but you were born here and they put you in a camp. So you're an American-born citizen. They just didn't like your parents. Now they don't like you because you're poor. Poor. You're too poor. And it's not about being foreign anymore, brothers and sisters. It's you're too poor. Remember, Mr. Warp Speed, he said if you resist, they'll send you to the Venezuelan prisons that they remember, they put all those people from Trendall, all of those people, they brought them here. That's not, it's all, they're all, remember, Joe Biden, Donald, Hillary, John F. Kennedy, Washington, they're all related to the Queen. So anybody who votes is your enemy. Warning, warning, anybody who votes is your enemy. Anybody who votes is your enemy. Anybody who voted is an idiot. They don't know their ass from a hole in the ground. Ass, the donkey, and the elephant. Stock up on the lamb, brothers, sisters. Choose your battles wisely. Seriously, remember he said meek, not weak. America's not a free nation, brothers and sisters. America's the most unsafe place. Warning, don't come to America. There's more people locked up in America than all the other countries combined. For all you flag pride's a sin. Proud to be Americans. Yep. Under this covenant, we're not even supposed to have one single veteran outside our borders, not one military outside our borders, not under this covenant. America's an apostasy. Israel's apostasy. Iran's an apostasy. Apostate nation, America, Russia. And you can't have borders, right? And have a single man outside your border under this covenant. Father used to require war, remember? He used to require to have sex with your sister and multiply, right? Be fruitful and multiply. We're not under war anymore. Your enemy is somebody who wants to fight. Your enemy is a Democrat or a blood kid. Fight. Get out of the system. Your enemy is somebody who's grid. Your enemy is somebody who's hooked up to a smart meter. Yep, your enemy is somebody who's unprepared to come eat your kids or whatever. They'll come take your stuff. It's not sincere, brothers and sisters. You waiting for gas to, just no more gas, no more lights, no more power, no more water. What are you waiting for? You think if someone was coming and they knew it was coming, they'd tell you? That would incite panic. You don't know anything. Moving on, only speaking. This is an emergency message. I'm only speaking to people who are doing something about it. You want to see ill-prepared people. Failures, failing preparers, preparing to fail. That's right. Piss poor performance doesn't, you want to avoid that? Perfect practice. Yeah, perfect practice prevents piss poor performance. So people who don't want to do anything about it, brothers and sisters, that's your enemy. And it's here. War is here. They brought war to America, to your doorstep. To your doorstep. These people are going to sit around and they're here. It's military in 19 states. Nothing's happening. It's still going on in America, huh? Look how lame these people are. Warning, do not come to America. Asset seizure, forfeiture. The cops will steal your shit legally. They've made it a law. They can steal your shit. Warning, there's more people locked up in America than there is in all the other countries combined. That's not a safe country. Warning, everybody in America's in debt. That's not a free country. $1 trillion are printing every 100 days to just keep robbing your purchasing power. Petrodollar, baby. Guard them Saudis, remember? OPEC nations. America's the enemy. Don't come to America. It's unsafe. They're kidnapping people for being too poor. Remember? Uh-oh. Jason's got the Gentile Messiah going in here, Mr. Warp Speed. Mr. Warp Speed's the enemy. I took a note to the Constitution. It said, defend this country against all enemies, foreign and domestic. The enemy is on domestic homeland, brothers and sisters. The enemy is domestic, and it's you. If you don't do anything, get out of here. Go somewhere else. Get away from me if you don't do anything. I'm going to thrive. I'm going to stay alive. Go look at the Deagle maps. 200 million Americans are about to disappear before 2025. You've been watching the Deagle maps? You know nothing about what you're talking about. You're unstudied. I don't want people in here to make any comments. And oh, wait, you're going to make your stupid comments, make yourself look like an idiot. So just trip on your own dick, phallic, whatever, lip, whatever you got. I don't care. Remember, I don't live around you. I'm off the grid. I'm living the American dream if there ever was one. So I'm sending the message until I can get out of America so they don't throw me in a work camp. You better go now. Go now. Don't go fast. Don't miss a single detail. You might leave that one little pin, miss that little single. Oh, yeah, a little cotter pin. The whole thing come apart. You went a little too fast, got a little vibration. Bam! It all blew up on you. Don't miss a single detail. OCD, attention to detail. What? You want to go outside? Oh, my puppy's got one to go outside. You want to go outside? You're the only one in. All right, we're going to put the timer on you. I'm going to say 3 minutes, and you're on back in. 3 minutes. All right, somebody start a timer. It's like having two wives. Remember, there's no more polygamy. Come on now. We're not in the Old Testament. The enemy is on the homeland. Domestic enemies. Yes, the government shipped in all these people, allowed it. Remember, for how many decades now? Most people came here to America, brothers and sisters, with no ill will. They just came here to get a better living because we make the American dollar so expensive. We'll fuck you up and blow your kids up and rape your kids in other countries. You don't hear about that on the news, do you? Women and children, about veterans, what they do in other countries. We're not even supposed to have one single veteran outside our border. Not one under this covenant. And if you ain't never been told that, then now I told you. And if not, and you don't want to learn it, then be an ass. Make an ass of yourself. Not one single military base outside of the borders is a apostasy, and it's against this covenant. We can protect our borders, have a National Guard. We can't be outside our borders. Under God used to require war. The Most High, I am, his favorite, his heavens. Oh, yeah, remember your enemy will flee 7 ways. If you love me, if you follow my commandments, you don't want to go after gods in the sky and make your own laws. Your enemy will come against you 1 way, and I will make them flee 7 ways. But if you do not love me, my heavens, Israel, my favorite, any earthly army, you will annihilate. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. No fiery darts will penetrate your armor. That's right. Your enemy will flee 7 ways if you love me. But remember, if you don't love me, your enemy will come against you 1 way, and I'll make you flee 7 ways. You better get with the word. This is sorrows. This ain't getting great again. This is war. Department of War. They're not hiding it. Defense. You can defend your borders. Now it's war. That means they're just putting it in your face. Outside our borders. War. 1,000 military bases in all 180 countries. Oh, I'm just going to be cool with that. Oh, that's all right. No, that's against the New Testament. You're an idiot. This is still a ministry. Wake up. Red alert. It's World War III. World War II equals World War III. Don't be an idiot. They're doing it exactly how they did it. Remember, boats and hose? You want to know where all the hose are at? Ask Santa. He knows where all the hose are at. Remember, orgy Jesus, all this nonsense? America was founded on that, remember? They came over here fleeing orgy, Christmas, Mass A, the eating of flesh, drink my body. Oh, wait, drink my body. What are you, a vampire? Oh, yeah. Father doesn't want us to drink blood, bro. It's just eat my body, crackers and grape juice. They didn't eat no crackers and grape juice. They ate lamb. Remember? You're tired of this donkey and elephant circus show? Stock up on the lamb. It'll show you the way. Those. Act like it. Oh, these people don't have a piece of paper, so they're an illegal. What do you mean, an alien? That's what we called them when they crossed the border when I grew up. Aliens, a word. People believe in aliens. I know I really better get further away from people. They think there's such thing as aliens. They think Chewbacca had Wookiee with an Ewok and they now live on a planet of the big feet or apes or whatever that is, right? I never saw the movie. So I don't know. I threw my television away, microwave away. Remember, I don't eat pork. I don't drink soda. I don't do a lot of things that most of society does. You're not supposed to be doing what the world does. So bye-bye. You guys smell like the earth is the rule, not below your feet. Hell's not below your feet. Heaven's not above your head. The sky, he said the skies roll back like a scroll, huh? Cuckoo. Age of deception, water's over. Where are you at? I know. You're still in the Matrix, right? In the Matrix. Remember first to penetrate the Matrix? Anyways, these people are, we slipped the Matrix here in HD fat. So, HD, not for the quality here. I'm on a 4G. If I break this phone, no more High Desert Faith and Truth Ministries. Fat, eating the meat. He says HD. Remember, not the quality of the vision. He said, warn about these two thieves that'll steal your crown. Remember, he said in Revelation 3:11, I come quickly, let no one take your crown. You see what I'm saying? Probably not. It's not in them. Are you okay? No, it's World War III. I'm not okay. I'm not okay with them kidnapping Americans off the streets just like they did during World War II. And now they're going to make them all work. You heard it here first. You ready to go to work, America? I don't care. You don't have a choice. Get in your 15-minute city, you little bubble dome. Remember? Haven't you forgotten Hurricane Katrina? So there's a World War III, and you'll see people comments in here, and there's military in 19 states. They put 700 hardened Semper Fi Marines, right, jarheads, on the streets of California. The president is a PDF file, and nobody cares. People are all talking about drugs and drug pushers, just like Mr. PDF file himself, the number one drug dealer on this rock. Yes, Mr. Warp Speed, $2.2 trillion. Oh, boy, that was fast, wasn't it? Stole that money right from the American future children, remember? He likes children. Remember, he's a PDF file with his buddy Joe. Remember, he said, you knew I was a snake before you let me in, and then he let the bite in. Remember, 2 cheeks to the same hole, 2 wings to the same dragon. Remember, MAGA. Those who say peace and safety, sudden destruction will come. High priest of the Satan church, MAGA. Nanu, MAGA, high priest of the Satan church. Donald Trump has his house decorated with Satan, and he's a PDF file, and they voted for him 3 times. Remember his buddy Joe? They trade lightsabers in their ice holes. Yeah, MAGA, the high priest of the Satan church. Those who say peace and safety, sudden destruction will come upon those who call out for peace and safety. I'm the divide, he said. Not the scorpizzo. That's the ones who cause the sheep to scatter, to divide. But you wouldn't know anything. And he said, I am the horizo. I separate the day from the night, the dark from light. But you would know the word because it's not in you. Remember? What would Christ do, brothers and sisters? Ask yourself that right now. Just ask yourself. Look around. What would he be doing, right? Would he be kicking people out of the country because they don't have a piece of paper if they never committed a crime? I think if people come here and they're like committing murder and rape and, robbery, well, sure, get them out of here. But are you serious? What a bunch of jackboot thugs, huh? Lickers. They are. They're pig lickers. So any talk of meth in here or drugs, you'll be taken out of here. I won't have no more drug talk. The number one drug dealer on this rock right now is Donald John Trump. You're working for him if you push that shit, just like he pushed $2.2 trillion jab. 1, booster, 2, booster, 3. Come on in. Let the bite in. And yeah, don't tell me. Don't talk about drugs, you drug pusher. You sound like the government. Who's the biggest drug pushers? The cops. Who do you think lets us into the prisons? The guards. The government's the biggest drug pushers, brothers and sisters. I won't have your drug talk in here. Get out of here, you Mexican American. Bye-bye. Quit acting like a child. So you're out of here. Casey can't stop. You got to talk about speed. There we go. This one's off the yay. There we go. More drug talk, guys. See, they're all programmed. They're all programmed. They can't stop themselves. They have to talk about drugs. They push them on you. If not, something's wrong with your head, and now lay down and take drugs. See, either way. Oh, something's mentally wrong with you. Now they want you to take drugs. See, either way, they push drugs on you. See, they're programmed like a virus. Programmed like a virus. Remember, a virus is not alive. Remember Jimmy Crack Corn? You can't serve two masters. Your master's dead to me. So any talk of drugs in here, it's not what goes in. And man, I don't care what the hell you do, but don't put it in here. Go take your drug talk somewhere else. You sound like you work for the government. The biggest drug pushers are the government. I said $2.2 trillion outpaced any house or real estate deal. Fact, history, it'll be 100 years from now. The largest drug dealer on this rock is Donald John Trump, the selected by Fortune 500 PDF file pretendant, who's responsible for dropping the 3 steel buildings with 2 airplanes. Now, that don't add up to me. That don't math. So you can take your mathican or methican or just get your calculator and remember, 2 plus 2 doesn't equal 5. Remember, that don't math with me. Get out of here. What the hell are you on? 3 steel buildings with 2 airplanes? Oh, and they're still touching kids at the airport. And you're okay with that, right? Remember? Mr. PDF file. Who do you think dropped the 3 steel buildings? 7? Tower Building 7. That was CIA headquarters. Fuck you, CIA. They're watching you, so you know. I have discovery, so you know, and evidence that they watch this channel. If you go before, that the government watches this channel. It is a shadow ban channel, so they're just an alphabet soup. What are you afraid of a bunch of dudes that'll kill you? We got a standing army. Remember this city cops, the what are they, deputies and deputized, right? The elected sheriffs and the state troopers. Remember, they swatted this house. Remember what they did to me? Grenaded me to the face. Remember, I have evidence. I believe they killed my son and daughter. So, and because they don't like people like me that stand up for your constitutional right, you know, I have 6 channels on YouTube, right? This ain't my first rodeo. I've been doing this for like a dozen years. I've collaborated with other, you know. So if you think something's wrong with me, you might have got to blame it on Father. He is the one who kept me here. I shouldn't be standing here today. But moving on, red alert. Domestic enemies on the homeland. Red alert. Domestic enemies on the homeland. Red alert. Domestic enemies. It's normally probably your neighbor that doesn't have anything is going to come beat the fuck out of you and steal all your shit because his kids, he's motivated by empty mouths waiting at home. Never heard them bellies creeping and crawling like that, huh? Turning inside out. Military, 19 states. Don't go fast. Don't miss a single. Don't go fast. You'll miss a detail, and that could be that little cotter pin where the whole thing comes out because you went too fast. So, check it out. There you go. Veteran like myself, they'll crush you, kill your kids, kidnap your kids. I have it on video too. They don't care about your evidence. They don't care about evidence in this country. It's not innocent until proven guilty. So move on. If you're one of these people that ain't doing anything, I know Sonia, you're in here. We have any other moderators? I don't want no, I want to get some of this out of here. We got too many people in here. This is Shadow Band channel, and I don't want people in here. I don't want people like this kind of stuff. Jeremy, what does that have to do with the price of eggs in China? Nothing. You're swine. Yes, got to stand up and take action. Don't fight anybody, though. You know what I'm saying? Joe, go down there now and get some total dissolved solids there. What is your TDS? 95 Bravo, Delta 795, Fort McClellan, Alabama. Yeah, last MP unit to go through high extreme stress training. Get the fuck out of here, Jeffrey. Fuck you, you fucking piece of shit. Veterans are the worst things on this rock. We're not supposed to go outside our borders, right? And I don't care if people went outside their borders or not. We're not supposed to be serving a beast system. You're going to come in here. So who the fuck are you that you're so special that you can question that integrity that if I tell you I'm in the middle, you should discern anything. So, okay. So what's your question now? Hello? Fuck the military. All we do is fucking go drop democracy and freedom bombs on everybody. Imagine being on the other end of those fucking bombs in all the other countries so people could stand on an X. I thought veterans wear a mask, you know, in the desert, cover your face, all your body, mop, you know, out 3-level full, dawn, you know, gas, right? Yeah, see, I thought so. Fuck the military. They're going to bring all those military home and use them against you, brothers and sisters. I warned you on this channel. Posse comitatus, they cannot use the military against you. Now they voted that they can. So if they bring home all those military veterans, like myself, they're going to use them against you. Exactly. So about pace, you better get your ass in gear there, soldier. I want to see elbows and assholes. What the hell are you standing here? Are you pulling up some real estate? Move out, draw fire as you were, carry on. What's wrong with you? You're just standing there, taking up space, breathing my oxygen. What are you doing? I said, whatever, y'all. Oh, I'm going to wait till a bomb falls in my backyard before I do anything. I ain't going to duck. I'm just going to take a bullet right in the head. I'm going to sit there like a duck in the pond. So, you're geeked. All right, well, you're talking about drugs. Thanks for coming in. I'm going to moderate you if you're swine. The government is the enemy. Donald Trump is the enemy. Joe Biden is the enemy. Vladimir Putin is the enemy. Netanyahu is the enemy. Xi Jinping is the enemy. Your neighbor that doesn't want to do anything when they put all these people inside of this country and brought them here that don't like us. And now we got domestic. Obama's the enemy. Yeah, Mr. 44. All of them. They're all related to the Queen. You think you got to vote? You ever heard of the Electoral College? You ever heard about, corporate funded campaign funded by the corporation, Fortune 500 country? Who do you put the warp speed in office? You don't know nothing about economics, do you? You don't know nothing about the central banks? Yeah, banks, the banksters, give a man a gun and rob a bank. Give a man a bank and rob the world. So, all right, get out of here. Talk about, you got to put something in this chat that's worth this shit or you're out of here. You're just blessed because Father sent you here. Lion, get him out of here. Brother from Canada to the north, thanks for coming in. Time these people out if they don't want to put any fruit in here. So, we're at war. 19 states. He's not in America, so you don't have to fucking worry about that. Canada might as well be as America too. Remember, they took their fucking goddamn bank account money if you spent any kind of money going, oh, well, I support those protesters or don't want to, wear the face diaper during they've got CDLs. And yeah, they stole all your money. Those are my Canadian brothers. They're hardened people. You people in America are a lot weaker than the people in Canada. I tell you that. I've been in Alaska. I've been to all 50 states. Remember, I've had a CDL since I joined the military at 17. I've had my chance to move around the cabin. And I'm telling you, the captain's going to put the fasten beat seatbelt sign on, and you're going to wish you went down to the Home Depot, got that bag of sand or whatever cement or some extra batteries. It's going to take you 100 days, like Nate, a Canadian prepper, says, when the lights go out. Yeah, 100 days, what you could be doing right now, and you're just tiddlywinks, just dicking the dog. Are you serious? So, do something about it. I'm not telling anybody to do anything. Panic. I'm not calling for a revolution. I'm telling you, get the fuck out of the system. Stop participating in the system. Become your own power company. There's a good start. How about that? Get a wind turbine. You could fit all that shit in your goddamn right there in your upper dresser drawer. Get the fucking wind turbine. That's like, apologize for cursing. I'm going to get out of America and I'll never curse again. Watch, just follow this ministry. I just need to get out of this country, man. I can't. My son is here. He's possibly murdered and still, might be alive. I'm trying to report his body missing. They keep throwing me in jail and hurting me, and they've assaulted me. And just go watch. There's thousands of hours in this ministry, okay, that you can go watch. I don't want to talk about that right now. I want to just keep sending the message so people can get ready. Not like, oh my God, it's the end of the world. No, it's actually a beginning of sorrow. So it means there's nothing that's going to get great again. Everything's going to get more intense according to the scripture. There we go. Another drug pusher. Okay. If you push drugs in here, you work for the government. You don't realize that you push drugs on people. Go push your drugs in other people. It's not allowed in here. Lion, keep real tight on that. I don't want to hear this shit. That's all these people do. Oh, something's wrong with you in your head. Now lay down and take drugs. Push drugs or lay down. Something's wrong with you. Take drugs. Either they want to they're like the government. They want to put shit in you. That's called rape. Brothers, sisters, they want to rape you with drugs. If you force something on I don't care what you want to call it, that's rape. So, what the government did was medical rape. You just don't I have my buddy Gary, he's in his 80s. He ran into a swather. I'm in a country town. I don't want to live near a city. Narrow is the way that leads to the straight gate. Broad is the way. Broad is, I got your cities, got the Clover Leaves and the Broadway. And I was born in the concrete jungle. That's the way that leads to hell. So go ahead and stay in your cities. You're going to melt. All of you that live in a city, and you're going to burn up like that. I'm telling you. You don't understand how this is electrically connected. They took down, the grid was taken down by a solar flare, and we just come up on that 166th year anniversary where the sun smashed us, and we've been seeing auroras. If it takes it down this time, I mean, you're all going to fry. I would not want to live anywhere where you're connected by some grid system. You are going to it's just, you ever seen a lightning type storm where it climbs across the power wires when it blows up those imagine if it all went at one time. I'm telling you, all those steel buildings, it'd just be an inferno, be ashes. I'm telling you, those cities ain't going to make it like people think. That steel, remember, they dropped three steel buildings with 2 airplanes. So you tell me, you know what I'm saying? There you go. Another person right here. See, another person lost in the sauce. Drug pushers, guys. Please point out in the chat the drug pushers. Call them out so I don't have to. Call out these drug pushers. They're like a virus, brothers. They're programmed to do this. They are programmed to push drugs on you. They don't agree with you, so they want you to take drugs, or they think something's wrong with you and they want you to take drugs. They can't even help themselves. Watch how many people do it. Because they disagree with me. Like somebody goes, well, I don't like that Trump does this. You like Biden? No, I don't. I don't like Biden. You like Trump? They're already lost. See, they got these people, they won't even talk to each other anymore. So they've been programmed. A virus is a program. Remember, like a Bill Gates, Microsoft, computers don't learn. But now they said, oh, yeah, they do. And they got feelings, and that they're going to kill all these people with computers walking around. And, oh, well, they're from the sky, and there's aliens in the sky. There's no such thing as an alien. Alien's a word. These people don't ever sit down and study scripture at all. And that's okay. This president says there's aliens, right? Well, space farce and space balls and all that nonsense and warp speed, right? MAGA, peace. Those who say peace and safety, sudden destruction will come upon those who call out for peace and safety. Come on. It's not peace. It's the ellipsis is what the word says. So don't hang around people who want to think that everything's peace and prosperity and God. That's Antichrist. Antichrist. Right now you should be preparing. He said, have extra oil. Be girded in my service. Maranatha until I return. So this is still a ministry. Apologize for my cursing. I've been SWAT raided, and my son has been, I don't know if he's alive or not. I've tried to keep reporting his body, but nobody will take a report. And my daughter, and it is what it is. So as soon as I could leave the country, maybe some Valium. See, here's another drug pusher. Point them out, brothers, sisters. Point these people out for pushing drugs. It says specifically in my medical records, no narcotics, brothers, sisters. I use cannabis for my back. I'm a veteran, and I had, busted my my burst, S1 in the military, and then in a car accident again, and in a rear end accident. I actually had 3 rear end accidents. One, I was in a passenger, and that's I broke my back the second time. So I got a lot of issues, and I don't want to get cut on, and I don't want to take narcotics. And so watch how many people push drugs in here. It's like they work for the government. They don't even realize, or they're programmed. They just have no control of themselves. They don't like what I'm saying, so they want me to take drugs, or they assume because they don't like my demeanor. I don't take drugs. I use cannabis. That's not a drug. If you think cannabis is a drug, fuck off. Get out of here. You can't patent a goddamn plant that grows up out the dirt. Fuck this government. They have been not allowed the medical research on this plant, and we should tank and throw our government all in prison for not allowing this plant to be, like a child in Idaho where they can't have that. A child's going to have grand mal seizures, but one state over, Fruitland or Ontario over here, this child can get access to medication and actually, you ever had a grand mal seizure? You know what I'm saying? You ever had a grand mal seizure? You know what that is? That feels like you had like 5 guys with soap just come and beat the. Imagine that happened to your kid, and your kid hurts for months. You can't give that child any relief. That's criminal, brothers, sisters. You know what I'm saying? See, there we go, brothers, sisters, right like that. Watch them all come in here. This is what the government does to people. They make people like this, brothers, sisters. They've been programmed to do this. They want to push drugs. The biggest drug dealers on this rock are the governments. And how do you think the the actual drugs get into prisons. It's the guards, it's the law enforcement, it's the government. It's out here in this valley. That's why they hate me too. You can't be cops and deal in this. Yeah, you can go into Afghanistan and be the government, and you can go down into Mexico. Remember, we used to have brickweed. Remember all that? Sticks and stems. You had to pick through a whole thing, and all the seeds to whatever. Watch, they'll keep pushing drugs, brothers, sisters. We can keep talking about it, and they'll just keep doing it. So point these people out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, what for 3 days they're blaming it on. Oh, interesting. Nice. Yeah, are they still doing that ban in the force? You know what I'm saying? Of no, cannabis is not a drug. You're out of here. Brian's a fucking piece of shit. Get out of here. Oh, hi, that idiot again. Stupid fool, child. Drugs kill people. What they've done to this medicine turned into space rocks. Suck on your little electric dick dragon with your, what do they put in embalming fluid? Just why do these people act like they act, brothers, sisters? You know what I'm saying? So, hold on, I'm gonna let my dogs in. I got a dingo and my other dog. You see him? He's Tango. They fucking SWAT raided this house, brothers, sisters, and grenaded my dogs too, and tear gassed my dogs. Good boys. Good boys. You guys are the best kids that ever did best. But that's the sick society we live in, okay? So we'll leave it alone. We'll leave it on. You just please, moderators, moderate all these people out here that are talking. They just don't agree. They don't want to do anything about it. So that's your enemy, brothers, sisters. Your enemy is people who are unprepared. Failing to prepare is preparing to fail. Okay, that's a thing. You should already know that. Perfect practice prevents piss poor performance. All right. So, all right. Look, you're going to still talk about drugs. You're out of here. See, still can't stop. Stop talking about drugs. You sound like the fucking government. I hate Donald Trump because he's the #1 drug dealer on this rock. $2.2 trillion. Nobody's ever going to fucking touch that. Nobody's going to ever sell that many drugs. Al Capone, fucking all this cartel bullshit. Venezuela don't sell that many drugs too, by the way. You fucking stupid Americans. I fucking hate Americans that are lame. Not them. It's the sin that they just sit there and allow that to happen. We're a nation of immigrants trying to keep out all the immigrants. What kind of sense does that make? You know what I'm saying? So we're just going to take poor people now. This ain't about, they started this with immigrants and they brought all these people in here. I mean, how fucking blind are you? So, the enemy is on the homeland. I'm only speaking to people now. I'm not going to address anybody else. Just moderate them, please. Moderators, they don't have to, I don't have to agree with somebody, right? No, this is not your channel. Go somewhere else. Go hang out in some other channel. Go somewhere else. You don't have to be here. We can moderate you. If you act like swine in here and you don't want to produce any fruit and say something if you're going to be filthy and nasty, I'm trying to warn people so they can do something about it. I'm a service to other being. I joined the military at 17 years old, willing to give my body. So you ain't going to change nothing in here. You can't change anything. There's no such thing as free will. There's no such thing as luck. Okay. You just don't know the word, and I'm not going to let you come against that word or sit there and come in here and push drugs on people. I hate the fucking government because they push drugs on people. If people want to do drugs, that's their own, but don't push that shit on people. You've been programmed, and that means you have no control of your face. You can't even control the words that come out of your lips. At least what I'm doing in here is trying to send an early, hey, let's do something about this. There's not a national emergency. There's not 50 states with the U.S. military. You can still go down to the Home Depot and buy some blocks. You can go buy some teepee for your bunghole. You know what I'm saying? You can actually do something about it. Failing to prepare is preparing to fail. You want to see a failure? They're going to not do anything about it, brothers, sisters. Some of the most mentally stable people on this rock are... oh, fuck! Oh, don't worry about it, honey. I did something about that. Oh, shit, I did something about that, too. They got a lot of those oh, shits taken care of, and they move on with their life. But you guys are going to be in a big fucking panic when it happens. How many people in this chat own a water filter? If you don't own this chat in here, get the fuck out of my ministry now. This is a ministry, okay? It's not just mine, but it's ours in here. If you don't own this, get the fuck out of here and go buy one. Because you're going to go beat somebody up or hurt somebody because you ain't never probably missed a whole fucking day's worth of food. There are people who came in this country who missed a lot of meals to get here, and they don't like you, just so you know. The government rolled them in here. Now, keep in mind, many people came here for decades, paid taxes the minute they came across the border, got a job the first day, paid taxes on that, bought a car, got a phone, put 6 or 10 of them in an apartment, and they get their deposit back. You fucking Americans, you fucked that apartment up. Half the people are on goddamn, we'll talk about drugs now, Mexican Americans with your fucking Adderall, holes in the wall, cops come, and nobody gets their goddamn deposit. And you're going to bitch about dirty Mexicans. Fuck you, America. Goddamn, this is a nation of immigrants. You have no fucking humanity left in you, America. You don't even care. You're letting your own fucking country, men and women, be kicked right off fucking streets. Not from being in another country, just for being too fucking poor. I haven't seen one goddamn Cash App, one PayPal, one fuck. I don't want your money. Don't act like all 118 of you ain't one goddamn paycheck away from the fucking streets. Don't come in here and fucking be unfruitful. You can do something about it right now. We're not under some full lockdown, but we're headed there. They wouldn't put military on 19 fucking states if something wasn't coming. And it's already here. That's what you ain't figured out. So if you can't be reactive, proactive, right? That's what you're do. You're going to fucking react when it's too late. Perfect practice prevents piss poor performance. Failing to prepare is preparing to fail. Lack of prior planning does not it doesn't constitute an emergency on my part. You're LPP? I'm not down with LPP, okay? It's better to have and not need than need not have. You ain't got a water filter. Why the fuck are you in here? All of you just sit around and that's what you do. You get entertained like it's a big bread and circus show. I'm actually trying to do something. You know, there are things that you can do to not just, remember, are you going to survive? Are you going to be one of these people that dies in this next, potential Deagle maps? Do you have any idea what the Deagle maps are? Yeah, see, look, fuck you, broke dicks. Fuck you. And I don't need your money. But you better make a goddamn comment about how you got so much money that you don't worry about your own countrymen being taken off the streets. You're out there, no, I'm paying all these other people out there. I'm not helping you, but I'm helping other people so that they don't get kidnapped off the streets. These are U.S. citizens. They're just too poor. You know how many people live on the fucking streets, that have kids? They're trying their goddamn hardest. Maybe they live in a car. They made it illegal to be fucking poor in America, brothers and sisters. Just get away from people, okay? I'll answer that question. Try to get away from people. Okay, just get away from people. This is passion, brothers and sisters. I'm not angry. I'm not. I love doing this. I love preparing people. I want to see people thrive, not just survive. People are going to be having a hard time, and you can actually be reaching out and helping other people. Little beans and rice go a long way, right? The littlest things, can make big. This is going to be. This is 100,000 gallons of water filter. These pay a beta game. Not one of you, like I said, we're not one of you broke dicks in here even help me out, and I'm trying to help you out. And this is 2 Starbucks coffees and a tip. Yeah, remember he wants to put in just the tip? How'd that work out for you, ladies? Come on, I don't want your money. I'm just saying. What the hell? The littlest things, that's 100,000 gallons of water, brothers and sisters. You can drink out of this. You're never going to need another one. You can take this with you on the road. Okay? I mean, it's not that big of a... Come on now. Life Straw, these are like 10,000 gallons. You pay a Starbucks. Like I said, you guys are you all that poor? You need a place to go? I'll help you. I'm not. I have abundance. I own the land that I live on. Whatever. I own more land. You need more? I got more land too. I have plenty of land. I have multiple houses that I built. I have abundance. I don't like the abundance I have because I get crushed every day because Father won't let anybody live with me. I was going to go pick up immigrants that miss meals to get here. I bet you they appreciate these cabins that I built out here. Be like, muy bueno, gracias. Mi casa, su casa. Huh? Yeah, mucho más. Espanol, no más. I need to learn to get my Spanish better, man. So, you have this thing called a tap in my house. You have tap water? Is that what you're saying, Don? Donnie's on the tap water. See, that's what's wrong with this society, brothers and sisters. Too much tap water, too much chloridation. You know what I'm saying? Got stung by the spelling bee and started cursing in cursive and, stung by a spelling bee. Remember, Joe? You let the bite in? Our children going to have smelling bees? Oh, no. There we go. Put something in here worth of crap. I'm going to moderate you in here. Too many people in here anyways. Can you buy land? Yes, I have land for sale. Thanks for coming in, Duck. We're going to come back down here for a minute to Earth here, right? No, Earth's not below your feet. Stop it. I'm not ruled. America's helping people out of kindness. Not since 2010. Wow, guitars, that's pretty, What's this about World War III? There's never been a war started in America with a bomb falling. They're always started with embargoes. Remember World War II? Japan, right? Now they're going to put you in work camps. So I have a 5-acre parcel for sale. I have it up for sale for $39,000 because I'm trying to buy a 2-hectare parcel in Ecuador for the same price. It's one of the, if you have children, it's the closest property right now for sale in this county to the school. So it's an ideal property that has power at the front of the property. It's not actually been hooked up, but there is water at probably less than 100 feet. So you can go out there and live in a tent if you wanted to start out there. People start out here with nothing. So I have another parcel that I can walk somebody into that my son could be dead and I don't think I'm ever going to see him again. And so I'm just going to sell that property. If I don't build a cabin on it first, then I'll keep it and rent it out because they need rentals out here. There's too much growth out here and not enough rentals. So I've been thinking about selling that other property now. I was trying to hold on to it for my son, but I don't think he's alive. So it's hurting me to hold on to it. So because that's where he was going to move. He was supposed to move here, and the SWAT team came and shot him and kidnapped my daughter, and they are alive, but now they're missing again, and it's hard to hold on to that. So I have some leeway on that property too, where that's like I could probably have been paying on it for like 6 or 7 years. So I think I've paid about 9 or 10 or 12,000 on it. I'd probably move beyond the parcel. It's 20 acres, and it has the best roads, some of the best roads in this whole county, because this is a country, so a lot of dirt roads, but it actually says paved. I don't have the deed for this one. This is through the property that I bought this property from, and so I have a good word from him, and I'm sure he'll be able to do everything that I did, and I wouldn't do anything without putting it on paper with anybody. It all has to be a paper. This would be a land sale contract where you're not going to have a floating interest rate. You can pay the off early. It's a legal contract. That's how I bought this land here. So it is the second parcel that I bought, but maybe $5,000 I can move you on to a 5-acre parcel or a 20-acre parcel. So there's ways to do this. I can help you. There's plenty of work out here. It's a growing town, and there's some issues out here with the law enforcement, but I'm dealing with them. They got their eyes on me. So, doing good. Good. Yeah. Good stuff. The ladies are doing good today too. We got 7 eggs today from the ladies. So if you're interested, there is more land out here. You might be able to find even cheaper land than that. I can come out. You just want to come out here. If you don't have to buy my properties at all, I don't care if you buy my properties. I'll help you if you need to try to get out of the city. This is a town where if you don't let your yard get all fucked up, let wind blow your shit around, and nobody's gets any complaints, to leave you alone. There's just not enough money to out here to police. There's thousands of people out here doing it, brothers and sisters. This is empowering when you make your own power, and you're like, man, I'm not going to have power, and I'm going to pay taxes. I'm not going to get hooked up to a smart meter. I'm going to hook up a wind turbine, and then I own my power. I'm not going to ever have an increase in power. It's empowering when you know that you see people, and I've lived in a city. Oh shit, the power went off. You know what I'm saying? You live out in the country, you kind of get power at your heart don't jump. I'm the power company in this, hey. I got multiple systems, multiple light systems. I got 5 ways to light my house. right here, there's 4 different ways to cook right in front of me. There's stove right there, stove right there, stove right there, stove right there. You know, come on, guys. Why pay a power bill? Why pay even a power bill if you can get and live geothermally? Put a place underneath the dirt in the geothermal, and you don't have to heat it or cool it. It keeps a core temperature. That's why I purchased this property. You know what I'm saying, I purchased this property to try to teach people how to live below the frost line and then have a cabin sitting above it, so you can have your cabin and you live on the surface. But if it gets too hot, you go down there, it's 60 degrees, 62 degrees. Oh, it feels like a morgue down here. Honey, I think you should turn the heat up. If it's 100 degrees, and it doesn't get super hot where I'm at like that. I mean, it's a desert, and we haven't had 10 years. I live here for 10 years or 7 years. We didn't have a 100-degree day in a desert, you know. But if it's 100 degrees, you know, on top of the surface, and you go down there and it's 62 degrees, you think you're going to turn a heater on? You know what I'm saying? To bring it up 6 or 7 degrees. Honey, did you just fart? You said you want me to turn on the heater. You know, it's going to cool it when it's 20 below zero. You know, we get some temperatures like that out here, but it's just for a short period of time till the sun comes out. We haven't had real negative temperatures out here either, but it's going to be 60 degrees down there. You know what I'm saying? I can't believe people like this vote. Yeah, don't vote, brothers, sisters. If you vote, you're an idiot. Get out of here. If you voted in the last election or any of the last, if you've ever voted in the last, get out of here now. Okay, if you voted, but you haven't voted in a while. No, I don't have any neighbors, Cheryl. I don't have any neighbors. My neighbor's miles away. I could scream for help and nobody's going to come save me. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyways, find this in your area. You don't have to come out here too, brothers, sisters. You can find people in your area. Let me throw something out there for you real quick. Because I struggle to have people come out here, and I know that it's just Father who's doing this. I'm not mad that nobody came here in the last 10 years. And I tried. I gave a lot of effort. So now I'm going to move down to Ecuador, not myself. You know, I don't want to live anywhere. I don't want to own land. I didn't buy this property for me. I'm all over owning things, you know what I'm saying? But you still need to have a base, you know what I'm saying? And my base is the ministry, because I'm a pastor. I've been able to build this. And again, thousands of hours with never cursing, not till I got SWAT rated. And I don't want to go into all of it, but if I get out of this country, I won't be so stressed out. And I'm stressed because my countrymen are being literally just now kidnapped off the streets. They took people out of here from Sudan, brothers, sisters, and they washed up in Spain, handcuffed and shackled. And nobody cares. Remember, the president is a PDF file, and I can't stand people who do left or right anymore. This is so beyond left or right. You know what I'm saying? This is so beyond left or right. This is not about Christ stood up to the law. He went and they threw him in jail. It was called the halakha, brothers and sisters. This was a law after 40 years. Remember, they had wandered. It was translated. They made their own. Moses was given the law orally on the mount, right? And he writ that was written out and pounded into, not wrote, right? Pounded into the stone tablets and scrolls. But then it was translated, and they made their own laws. It was called the halakha, their targum and their mishnah. You might not have heard this in most churches, that you're not going to, you need to sit down and study the word to find. He said, seeking you shall find. It's his word. Asking you shall receive. It's not a job. It's not oh, save me. That's not what it says. Knock and I will come. He wants you to eat of the meat and drink of the milk, not watered down. So this is a ministry. I have a base here. I'm trying to set up another ministry so I can get out of here. And it doesn't mean that as I took an oath to the Constitution, MAGA is the high priest of the Satan church. Stop it. MAGA is the high priest of the Satan church. Just moderate anybody who says MAGA. They're just trying to get your goat, okay? It's a beautiful country, Joe. I'm not selling the ministry, Joe, okay? I'm not. I'm keeping this ministry. I want to come back here kind of, and there's no merit for you're going to escape judgments under this. Jew, Gentile, man, woman, black, brown. I'm not leaving here. I want to go set up the other ministry. I was already trying to do this. Okay. You like what's going on in this beautiful country? Do you like that your countrymen are being kidnapped and taken off the streets for being too poor? Are you okay with that? So I do appreciate your donation to this ministry, and I will put it towards, trying to get out of here, because I like to go down there and set the others so I can just go on the road. I don't want to own anything. Remember, Christ was a man of very few possessions, and he just shared the gospel. And that's all I want to do. I don't want to do anything else. I've already lived. I've had a good life. And if my son and daughter are dead, I gave every effort that I possibly could to look for them, and I only stayed here for them. I would have already been down there in Ecuador by now and bought the ministry, and it is what it is. So the country, America is a disgusting, horrible country that has forced everybody with 50 plus years, brothers and sisters, made every country pay for oil. So there's nothing good about this country other than the land itself. There's no constitutional republic. It's a corporation. So if you're one of these people who likes this country, I'm going to ask you to just, will you please exit? I don't want to war with anybody. I don't like the state of this union. I took a note to the Constitution, and it said defend this country against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Okay. And there are domestic enemies on the homeland. And it is these people who don't stand up to the beast system that Christ stood up during the day. The beast is America and all its NATO and its UN. And remember, we created this warp speed jab, remember, and they delivered it to all nations. Everybody stood on the X. So there's no way, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, but get out of the country, then get out of MAGA. Nathan, what are you talking about? So MAGA's the high priest of the Satan church too, you know what I'm saying? These people fall for that. That's pretty, keep talking about the gospel, Ballistics. Let me see if you got any gospel in you. Share me the gospel. It's all right if you got jabbed once or twice. To me, I'm okay with somebody that got jabbed. I know a lot of people didn't want to take. I really wish they would, but somebody got 3 jabs, 4 jabs, or 5 jabs. Now, I don't want to talk to them. Please remember that, okay? All you pure bloods, you're not pure. We're all been sprayed and drink fluoride and chlorine in our water, and none of us are pure. Come on. Don't say you're pure. None of us are pure. If you didn't take the jab, great. You know what I'm saying? Well, I want you to preach to us. Well, I thought you were going to share. You said you were going to share. Can you share? And I'll share with you. Let's see what you got. We're talking about how there's war in America because they brought all these people in here. What do you believe? Can you tell me what the word believe means, Ballistics? What's believe mean? Do you even know what the word believes means? I can give you a little hint, but I'm a stickler, you know what I'm saying, for definition in here. I use the interlinear accepted Texas Receptus. So if your religion, I'm going to ask you, and I promise you don't know Jesus Christ. I don't care if you're Orthodox. I'm going to make you look like a devil, a demon. So if you'd like to step up to the truth, aletheia, he said on the aletheia, do you speak any Greek? Let's ask you that to begin with. I'm going to show you probably love Satan. Your Christ is the anti. You're probably an antichrist, but iron sharpens iron. That's what this ministry is all about. So let's put each other through the test, right? With iron sharpens iron. So teach the gospel in here for a minute. I'll give you the floor. I've tried to invite people in here to, never has anybody ever joined me in here. Like nobody ever joined me for 10 years to come live with me. So share the gospel in here. Otherwise, I'm gonna fire you out of here because I hate religious people. No, I don't hate them. I hate the sin that they commit. I'm not religious. You couldn't put a label on me. It's all Satanism. I don't care which one. I'll ask you one question. I guarantee you're a Satanist. There's probably 90% Satanist in here. 98%. Let's just go ahead and be real. Do you celebrate? You're a Satanist. Satan means the adversary. He said, don't add a jot. You know what the scorpizzo is? That's somebody who adds a jot, a false teacher who tells that to somebody else. That's called a demon. A demon is the definition in the lexicon as a liar or a distributor of fortunes or lies to others. So you don't define anything. You're not going to stand even a second. I can ask you just simple questions to show that you're just a wolf in sheep's clothing. You should never stand in the pulpit and tell anybody anything. Oh, I made that mistake too. I spent a whole decade more unlearning and relearning. So where are you at? Where's this gospel? Let me see if we got any gospel going in here. Oh, crickets, man, like Jiminy Crickets in here. Darn it. Thanks for coming in, Sabrina. I love you in the name of Christ is a pagan term Never written in the scriptures ever once. So he's already added. He's doing exactly what Christ tells him not to do, which is a pagan term, means anointed in oil. He was the one. But with you, I just want to God bless you. You don't bless anybody. You're a good person and a guy. God loves you. How do you know any of that? Well, let's take your water down, okay? That's why I didn't want you in here. So, thanks for your time. That's right. Brian's correct. He said that the Most High does not dwell in temples or houses made by what? Brian is correct. Your body is a temple. So, well, it's not about being better people. That's not what it's about. You're an idiot. But thanks for coming in. So, okay, moving on, brothers and sisters. Christ told us to have extra oil in our lamp, okay? The eye is the lamp of the body. It says the eye must be single. Remember? You see what I'm saying? The eye must be single. Remember Revelation 3:11, I come quickly, let no one take your crown, okay? So the eye is the lamp. Your body is the vessel. Remember? It is the lamp of the eye is the lamp of the body. If it's filled with light, then the whole vessel is filled with light. If the eye is filled with darkness, the whole vessel is filled with darkness. They don't mix. You cannot mix oil and water. Remember, they separate. He is the separator. He is the horizo. That's what the word separator means. Divider. I'm the divider. He said in Matthew 10:34-39, do not think I came to bring peace. Magas, the high priest of the Satan church. Do not think that I came to bring peace. Shalom. Do not think that I came to bring peace, but I came to bring a sword of division that would divide. That is the word hados. But you don't study this text. And if you did, you would understand what it meant. It's not a religion. Alethi is the truth. If you want the truth, you have to define every word that's in that book, one word at a time. That's called a concordance. You got to do it by the number. Remember? It's all coded by the number. By the number. By the number. You have to study one word at a time. By the number. Greek. English. Remember? Hebrew. Lexicon, interlinear, only one single version that's accepted, the accepted text, the rejected text, they weren't canonized because they lacked definition, they weren't aligned with the gospel, canonized 66 books. You don't have this book, that means Bible, right? Bible means book. These were the rejected ones. 22, not canonized. We don't talk about these in here. They're not the gospel. There's only one version where they defined every word in the book. You study out of another version, and that's why you know the word. Drug pusher, drug pusher, drug pusher, drug pusher, works for Donald Trump. You're not a dog, you're my bitch. Sit down. Sit! What rabbit hole did you just fall into? Okay, good. You feel lucky for being an atheist. Okay, good. Get the atheists out of here. Is anybody Christian? If you're Christian in here, put a 1. If you're Christian in here, put a 1. Put a 1 in here if you're a Christian. Get them all out of here! Get all these ones out of here. Christ is a pagan term. You mean Jesus Christ birthed in the middle of the winter? That's Satan, you little children. There's 2 Jesus, just so you know. So which Jesus? There's no J in these scriptures. I got him right here. So who is Jesus? Who is Jesus? Who's this Jesus you speak of? You know what the word Hamashiach means? He wasn't from Nazareth, was he? Nothing good could come of Nazareth. Remember, he wrote the letter to the 7 churches. Christ is never written in this book, just so you know. That's the word. He said, don't add a word. Not once do you ever find the word Christ. Not once do you ever find these words that there's no planet. Put 1 if you think you're spinning on a planet. Put 1 and if you think you're spinning on a planet. Put 1 if you think you're spinning on a planet. Put 1 if you think there is a planet. Put the scripture where it says planet, please. Tell me the scripture. Put the scripture where it says planet. We'll wait. Everybody can participate. Put the scripture. You can even use the rejected text. I don't care which Enoch you use. There's 2 Enochs, which Enoch and which author. Any one of these. I don't care. Find me the word planet in scripture. Come on, you guys got Google and DuckDuckGo and Yahoo and all that. Search. Come on, you guys use your search bars. Where does it say the word planet? Where are you spinning on a planet? Chewbacca had Wookiee with an Ewok. Now we got big feet. Where does it say we got apes? Or, I mean, planet of the big feet. Stop talking about shapes. Stop talking about shapes now. Stop talking about, don't talk about shapes. You can stick your square peg in somebody else's round hole in here. We don't do shit. Let's not start being children. Earth is not below your feet, too, by the way. Earth is not below your feet. Heaven's not above your head. It's not 2025. Earth's not below your feet. That's not what Earth is. You're an idiot. Heavens were the ruling class. That was his favorite pride, Israel. Don't ever read the McClark Strong volume 10. There's a 10-volume set of the heavens, his battle. They're in Genesis. I already covered it earlier in this stream. Okay? The earth was the ruled, and you're ruled. Satan was given dominion over this rock, and he didn't come from the sky. There's nothing in the sky. There's nothing coming from the sky. That 3-ball transgender comet, you're stupid idiots. That think it's got its Nimrod pointed to it's the sun. This little, stop it. Transgender is Jesus Christ. Transgender is the one birthed on December 25th. That's Jesus Christ. His name is Mithra, Apollyon, the sun god. Stop it. You worship another Christ, and he warned about many Christ. So, no, Yeshua was not his heavenly name because there's no vowels in Hebrew. This is what's called an antichrist. This Andrew is an antichrist, brothers and sisters. I'm worrying about Andrew. Andrew is adding vowels to the Hebrew. There's no vowels in Hebrew. There's no J's in Hebrew. There's no J's in Greek. That's a translation. When you add vowels to the Hebrew YHWH, you are now translating. And he said, he warned the people just like you. He said, don't even add a jot. That's like a period, and now they live on it. Remember, nobody found the word planet, did they? So what the fuck is a planet? Who the fuck is Jesus that you speak of? You better decipher what the hell's coming out of your face, because hell's not below your feet either. Hell isn't below your feet. Earth's not below your feet. Heaven's not above your head. You don't read this text. That's why you don't define. Like I said, you have to start with reading one word at a time. Get the definition. You know what a lexicon is? See, I make sure I read every word that comes out of this book one word at a time, and make sure I study every bit of the culture of that one word through the Old Testament, the New Testament. I can, because I've supped with this through the Akashic records and the Dead Sea Scrolls. But no, you need to build your house on the rock. And until you understand these first covenant, that he made with this 66 canonized books in the 12th century where they pulled out every word and defined it, you don't speak the definitions that are in this book. You speak your own translations. And he warned about adding to his book. If you add a jot, you will receive all the written plagues that are in this book. It says, watch, all these people, Christians that are what? There's 2 Jesus. Watch people argue with me. Remember, there's 2 Jesus. You want to say Jesus because there's no such thing as Jesus, because there's no J, and I won't argue over a letter. All glory to Christ Jesus, the HaMashiach. Look, we're not going to argue over a letter. When he says my name, it doesn't say name. It says Shem. Shem was the second born. Remember, Noah had 3 sons, Ham, Shem. Shem meant authority. Remember, Ham, Shem, and Japheth, right? Well, Shem was the second born, right? Do you know anything about being the inheritance and the second born and Esau, how he stole his brother's inheritance? No, you're a religious idiot, and your pastors don't teach you anything about that. They teach you some easy peace Jesus, okay? Peace Jesus, okay? Hey, Beat, you put that in there. You said don't bother listening to him, but you took the time to sit there and write that. Do you think anybody's going to actually listen to you? Is anybody going to listen to Beat and just go away? Girl, don't go away, Matt. Just go away. I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to change it. This is only for the ears that hear. So what Jesus are you teaching? There you go. Somebody, Wolf's got at least something there. And I have the Greek right here. Like I said, I have the Greek right here. Oligas, puny word. Little, it's all here for you to find. Just got to take one word at a time. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You're listening to him, and you're loco for sure. Okay, goodbye. Bye-bye, sleepy. Living the American dream. So let's get rid of this other idiot, because I don't want to sup before vipers. That's what the word tells us. Do not sup before vipers. Do not cast your pearls before swine. The rock Cooker A, let me preach. Uh-oh, he's a preacher. He's touching kids. He's touching kids. Kitty touch must be related to Mr. Warp Speed. Good stuff. Brian, outstanding. That's outstanding testimony there. Thank you. Let me look at myself. I am standing here beside myself. If you ban Satan, got to brother, God bless. The demons got you. There's no such thing as a demon. There's no such thing as free will. There's no such thing as luck. There's no such thing as a planet. The word devil doesn't exist in Scripture. Which Jesus, okay? Which Jesus? There's two Jesus. You are preaching false teachings. Okay, Zay, tell everybody, start doing, Zay, start teaching some gospel in here. Zay, you're on the mic. Zay, stepping up. Zay, step up to the mic. Zay's going to teach the gospel. Zay, start teaching the gospel. Yep, no Jesus. That's what Jacob said. There's no letter J. So the Hamashiach hung from a tree. Nobody hung from crosses. There's no such thing as being hung from a cross. Christ didn't carry a cross, nor was he hung from a cross. No, demons aren't the disembodied spirits of the Nephilim. You're an idiot, Hannah. Nephilim means bully. You don't read these texts. I can tell you, none of you read the texts. We are all in the matrix. The matrix is a scriptural word, Braden. The matrix is the woman's vagina. You're an idiot. Stop pushing that. There's a lot more than two Jesuses. Visit Mexico. Yeah, he said many Jesus. Okay, hey, somebody's there. No astro theology. No, we don't do astro plane in here. Hold on, I get rid of some of these people out of here. It's in the book of Matthew, wolves. Remember? It's in the Matthew. Yeah. You just don't know about torture, do you? You don't know what a cross is. You're a wolf hidden in sheep clothing. Okay, B, explain. Explain. Do you own this book, B? B, do you own this interlinear Texas Receptus, B? I tried to talk to you. None of you guys will answer me. You guys are silly. I'm serious. Trying to get a response. Nobody responds to me. B, I told somebody to teach. B, do you own this book? Answer me. Do you own this text? Yeah, Yarp Yarp says you don't even know what a planet is. Okay, where does it say planet? What is your overall opinion on the Bible? No, you don't want to teach? You don't have this book, B? Brothers and sisters, if you don't have this book, you don't have the correct book. There's only one book. There's only one accepted text. This is the accepted text. There's two more over here. It's a 4-volume set. Okay, there's 53 in the Old Testament, 13 in the New. These are all canonized. This is an old 12th century book where they took every word out and defined it. You guys have a different version, and there's only one accept. This is the interlinear. Both means it's written in the Hebrew and the English and the Greek and the English. It was canonized in the 12th century where they pulled out every word and defined it. And you don't have that book. I do. That's why I'm telling you. People say, well, I'm a false teacher. Well, then which book are you teaching out of? Because there's no Jesus in this book. It doesn't say Jesus. It doesn't say Christ. It doesn't say Lucifer. That's not a word. There's no such thing as Lucifer. Where do you get that from? That's as real as the Easter Bunny. There's no Lucifer. What is Lucifer? Where do you guys get this from? These are the original texts, Greek and Hebrew. I just showed you. This is the ones that were in the 12th century. Remember, this wasn't written on paper. Look, I'm going to show you that all these people who think they know anything about Scripture, they don't know anything about the Council of Nicaea. Not one of you in here probably have any understanding what the Council of Nicaea were. This wasn't even written on paper. It was written on stone. This was not something you could carry around with you like a book. What you know is the word Bible. means book. It wasn't written on paper, okay? And I don't know what you're rolling up and you're smoking, but you don't know anything about this scripture until you better start studying one word at a time. They took out every word and defined it. So unless you have this book right here in front of my face, don't talk to me about anything about scripture. Just go away now. Leave. Go now. If you don't have these books and you don't have this concordance, you don't have your lexicon, which is your dictionary, don't talk to me. He said don't even add a jot. So what's a jot? We're going to stop one sentence. I'm going to start banning everything that's said in this chat until you're all gone. Seriously, what is a jot? Starting now. Okay. Gone. We have any moderators? Moderate anybody who's not answering my question. Hold on a second. We're going to take care of this real quick. Hold on one second. Where'd that go? All right, there we go. Hold on. Tell me what a jot is. Okay, see you, bye. I'm here for you. Okay, see you, bye. Tell me what a jot is. If you don't know, that's fine. Okay, that's fine. That's what that is, a period. Thank you, wolves. Okay? In Jesus' name, I rebuke you. Okay, goodbye. Where can I get one? Hold on, slow down, stop talking for a minute, guys. A jot is a period. He said you can't even add a period to this book. In the Old Testament, the wages of the, remember Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. Those are the first 5 books. This was the Torah. This was the Jewish law. Okay? This was the Jewish law. And he said, remember, the one sin was death. One. So nothing's changed. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. He said you can't even add a jot. One sin, one jot, you're out of the book. So stop making up your own versions. Okay? There you go. Somebody understand. The Council of Nicaea, the 12th century, where they turned this into something that was on paper, brothers and sisters. But they did that by defining, using what is called a lexicon. Okay? And it has imperfections, brothers and sisters. It was quite some time, remember, before they had translated into the Torah and made their Targum and their Mishnah. It was in Aramaic, okay? And they translated, okay, this back. And there were certain Hebrew words in the Old Testament, like the Sadducees, not the Pharisees. The Sadducees could still speak the Hebrew. They would consider me a Sadducee because I know I can speak Hebrew, the Old Testament, and Greek, the New, right? And so they translated some of these words because they couldn't get the exact definition from the lexicon. So you can find some errors in this book. But if you don't define the words, you don't know what the hell you're talking about, because hell is not below your feet. That's not what hell is. You don't die and go to hell. Grow up. Hell's not below your feet. Earth's not below your feet. There's no such thing as free will. There's no such thing as luck. Most people go to hell. Most people are already in hell. Hell is not a place. Hell is the word knowledge. Bis, bathos, busos. Revelation 9:11 says they have a messenger. The word angelos, the definition of an angel, is messenger. Revelation 9:11. This is the one where the Antichrist is locked up in the pit. Remember? I've already taught you this over and over, right? There you have a king over them. A messenger. A messenger is the word angelos. Christ visited John at the island of Patmos, remember, where he was given that revelation, that message, right? That is the messenger of the abyss. Abyss is the word bathos or busos in this Greek book. If you get your lexicon, the word knowledge in Greek has 3 words that mean the same thing. My people shall perish for lack of bis. They will spend their time where? As they gnash teeth because they can't get rid of this flesh. They're so hung up on it, they keep it, right? Your new body doesn't include flesh. You can't go be with Father with flesh. Father is the word Hokadesh, ghost, not like busters. Spirit, Holy Spirit, Holy Ghost, he doesn't exist in flesh. He had to birth a flesh vessel to fill the Gentile nation. Okay, goodbye, Catherine. So, Dux, thanks for, I hope you Handle that wrench for me. No, I'm not selling books. I'm not selling any books. This is an old 12th century book. They sell them all over. You know, you can actually find copies of this, but you can't have any other version. Every other version is been translated. This was canonized in the 12th century where they pulled out every word and defined it. If you disagree with me, please leave. Please go. Yeah, if you can ask a question, if it's not swine, Johnny, absolutely. And that just don't put no swine in here. You don't sup with vipers. You don't cast your pearls before swine. We don't have to try to change any, brothers and sisters. You are not going to turn a goat into a sheep. You're not clearly giving me the information. Okay, I didn't know I was giving you information. There was somebody had a question. Hold on. Where was this question at? Can I ask a question without me? Okay, you are not clearly giving me the information. Okay, goodbye, silly. Why are the passages in the Bible says this? There's one, the one that is also transliterated. The Greek word Hades carries the same idea as Sheol, the place of death. Right, hell, no knowledge. That's right. It's the word abyss, abatos, abusos, abyss. Bathos, B-A-T-H-O-S, B-A-T-H-O-S is the same word as B-U-S-O-S. That is the same word as B-Y-S-S-S, okay? That is the word bis. That is the word for knowledge. Hell is the A in Greek. Remember, abyss is one word in English. It's two words in Greek. It's split in the A. Bis is one word. The A negates. In Greek, that A is like the cancel symbol. No bis, abyss. No bis, no bathos, no busos, no bis. My people shall perish for lack of bis. They'll spend their Shoah or Hades, Tardis. There's more names. It's no knowledge. That in Revelation, it calls out what you're calling hell. You can put layers on it, but it's still hell. It's an eternal, right? No knowledge is what it is. It is no knowledge. Most people have no knowledge. It's no knowledge of this. Seeking you shall find, asking you shall receive. Knock and I'll come sup with you. So you need to start defining every word, one word at a time. Define the words. The word starts coming to life. He said, I am the horizo, not the life. I am the separator of the light and the dark. I am the light. Read the text. It's all been changed. There's thousands of versions of these texts. There's only one accepted text. That's why I want you to study this text. If you don't want to listen to me, I don't care. I will not study anything else. I have piles of this scripture all around me. I collect this stuff, okay? I study things such as, pictures. I buy these things just for the maps. So I paid $7.99 for this for the Goodwill. I paid $7.99 a page for these. I would pay $7.99 a page for these maps. I don't care about this stuff in here. A lot of this stuff is, I want these maps. Go to garage sales. You are so much, you got to study maps if you want to know what the hell you're talking about. Hell's not below your feet. You're an idiot. Idiot's not an insult. Idiot means you just don't know. You ain't never seen it or heard it once in your life. I got into somebody today, try to start telling about, somebody asked me, I saw my buddy Garrett's talking about, he started getting all pissed off at me because I told him that they're kidnapping people and he's one of these prideful people or whatever. And he said, you're an idiot. I said, well, then just define the word idiot for me then. If I'm such an idiot, define the word idiot. Oh, that's you. I said, stop being a child. Define the word idiot for me. Oh, and he kept going on, you're crazy. You're probably going to drive out here and run your car into a telephone pole. You're so crazy. Okay, but just define the word I'm asking you, please. You sit there and if you don't know what idiot means, then don't freak out if somebody calls you an idiot. Idiotos it means you've never seen it. Not once, one time, or heard it even one single time in your life. So you can't be held accountable. People, you call them an idiot, they'll freak out. Watch how many people I call an idiot that come in this room and they'll, ah! It means you don't know. You're a lame man. You're a simple, uneducated, unskilled, unlabored. You don't know. It's the same word as ignoramus. Idiotos is the word ignorant or ignoramus. See, you need to start studying these words one word at a time. That's why nobody's going to come in and hold a candle to this ministry. Nobody. That's why I didn't even listen to him. That's why I don't want hundreds of people in there. I'm so much thankful that Father shadow banned this channel. You know, we don't get that. I do 1,500 people on TikTok with 8 people in there with me in the room joining me. I can't even got one for 3 years. I've never had one person join me on this live chat. TikTok, I've had people all the time. It's a little different over here. Never once has anybody person come in here and join me. And well, this ministry has been up for 3 years now almost, right? It's okay. I don't know what these people are afraid of, but I have opened up the, ability to do it. But listen to the Gen Z Bible. No, go buy the Trump Bible. Remember, it's got his name on it with the Pledge of Allegiance to a flag. So, okay, I'm done talking to people that don't want to listen. So, remember, they'll know them. That's, remember what it says about the flock. They're a geek. Remember, they'll know them by his voice, right? So we don't need to try to pull people. I don't want your subscription, guys. I don't want your subscription. Don't worry about it. I don't need your subscription in here. I only want people here that are in the narrow way. He tells us, do not sup with vipers or cast our pearls before swine. So if you don't have these books, that's okay. But you probably won't make it very long in this ministry here. He don't dwell in temples made by hands. So this ministry is worldwide. There's 50,000 subscribers and followers. We're larger than a mega church. You just never been here before. So don't worry about it. Father, sometimes the channel comes up and down and off the, and I don't like it when, anymore. Like I said, I didn't mind it, but it's gotten really bad. And I know why. People are getting pressed to the edge. Gas in my town is $4.39 a gallon. How much was a dozen eggs? It was like $1 an egg or something. It's hard right now to just stay afloat in America. I mean, it's $800,000 in Bend, Oregon for the average home price. Every third home sold for $1 million. You know what I'm saying? So it's okay. Like I said, you're not going to turn a goat into a sheep. It's not possible. There's no such thing as free will. There is self-will. Where Father knows what you're going to do. He's going to give you an option, but you're not doing his will. That's the word porneia. That's why he divorced his bride. That's idolatry. Latria, idolatria. Porneia is a Greek word. See, you need to start speaking just a little bit of Greek. Don't be intimidated. I'm not saying you need even to speak fluent Greek, but you need to learn the gospel in Greek. Remember, it was an old Jewish book written in Greek. That's the New Testament. That's this covenant we're under. You need to start understanding the laws that were blotted out of the old so that you know that he fulfilled this law. He didn't abolish the law. He fulfilled it. Remember the book of Colossians 2:14 in Paul's writing, he said, once written on stone. Remember, it wasn't written on this, right? Tablets, the law is now blotted out and sprinkled with that blood that he paid for, that sacrificial and the bride price that he paid on fleshy tables, not altars with sacrifices and temples, but now on our hearts. This book is on our hearts. If you will read it, like I tell you, he will reveal it to you, but you have to read one word at a time. You have to actually define the words that are in the book. You know what I'm saying? You got to study it in the Greek. It's an old Jewish book written in Greek. Study the Old Testament. Get the definition of every word and study. See, I don't try to read it. When I did that, it didn't make any sense to me. Or I would, but I just study one word at a time now. This book is called a concordance, where you can pull out every word and everywhere that sentence. It's like a cheat code, watch. And everywhere that one sentence, it's written 5 times here in the Old Testament, twice, here, maybe it's here in, Matthew, and there it's over here in Colossians, and, it's going to show you, no, it's not like that in here. This is all written in one book for you, and where those sentences is all right here together. It's really convenient. It's like cheating, but you use this as a cheat code to actually don't cheat yourself. Now you know where it's written. Now you can go back here and find where it's written. You can find where it's written, because I don't know where everything's written after 30 years of studying, and I still go, okay, here it is. And then I read 1 or 2 passages before that sentence with the word that I'm studying. Now, here, Paul said it here in this context. Matthew said it over here. Christ said it here. Well, that didn't even mean what I thought it meant. I first got the definition, and now I've seen it. Because, see, don't read just the one sentence. Read 2 or 3 passages before that sentence, and there's the sentence in 2 or 3 passages. Now you're starting to understand the context. These were different times. People didn't speak back then like they spoke today, okay? I'm going to break it to you real quick, okay? Bro, you can't speak Hebrew. Okay, whatever, Don, get out of here. Yart doesn't know his ass from hologram. Froward is a Hebrew word, brothers and sisters. It means to pervert. Pervert. This guy's a pervert. Get out of here. Hebrew means to add, brothers and sisters, and that's what he said in this New Testament Greek to not do. Don't froward. That's a Hebrew word. We'll slow it down one word at a time for you. You don't need to speak Hebrew full. You need to speak the gospel in Hebrew, right? No, the gospel is in the New Testament. You need to be able to speak a little. Oligos is a Greek word. It means a small number of the Hebrew, okay, and a little bit of the Greek. At least the gospel or the Old Testament, you need to know a little bit. A puny, that word O-L, remember he says many are called, but oligos are chosen. Oligos find the straight gate. Oligos, he said, fear not. Oligos flock. His flock is a puny, little, teeny, tiny flock. Father doesn't love everybody. Father does not love everybody. All right, get out of here, Yam. I already told you to go away from me. Okay? So there's a Hebrew word, and I can't believe I left. How did I thought I moderated that idiot out of here? You don't need to speak fluent Hebrew, brothers and sisters. You don't need to speak fluent Greek, but you do need to study it in Greek and Hebrew, okay? You have to study it. And so when you'll study these books, you can pull it out and find one word to study, and then study that word and go back here and study it, the definition first with your lexicon. And now you're reading this and you're like, okay, there's that sentence. You repeat, oh, wow, that's starting to come to life. I'm starting to understand what this word actually means. So every time you speak a sentence, those words start to come to life because you actually know the definitions of what you're talking about. See, if you leave definition, you leave the truth, okay? No, that's not, this doesn't say love. Well, let me give you something real quick, Wolves, so you can show you don't know what love is, okay? It doesn't say love in this book. It doesn't say love in this book. It says agape, A-G-A-P-E. You got to go to 2 John 6 to define what the word agape is, okay? Agape, okay? Agape is 2 John and 6. That means to walk and follow in the commandments of Father. It doesn't say love. So go in your book, whatever version, until you get the book that I'm telling you to order, and just take that book right now where you've seen that word love and just scratch that out and write A-G-A-P-E. Now you know the definition of it, okay? Father doesn't love everybody. Most people are going to hell. Don't you understand? Under the Old Testament, the wages of sin was death. One sin. He calls out, many are called, but oligos are chosen. His bride is a teeny tiny flock. He only loved Aaron and the house of Levi, the Levitical priest, the high priest. Aaron, he didn't love the Gentiles. And one sin was death. So how many people are you thinking come to Father at one judgment? The people in the Old Testament are not sitting in heaven. All those people have died. Nobody's died and gone to the sky. Nobody's been judged yet. There has not been a seventh shofar. The ram's horn, the final trump has not sounded. We are in the rider in the second red horse of Revelation. We are in the last book. That ought to grab you by your bootstraps. Oh, but we're in sorrow, so we got a ways to go. So don't think the world's coming in and it's not. That's not what it says. Not at all. So love is the word agape. Remember, he asked Peter, right? No, he said, I'm not asking you, Peter, if you phileo me. Do you agape me? So what does agape now mean, Wolves? What's agape? I already gave you the definition. So you better start understanding this word one word at a time. Father doesn't love any. Many are called, but few are chosen. That is the word oligos. Fear not, oligos. Where does it say? Broad is the way that leads to the wide gate. Let's just go away. He tells us right back to the book of Matthew. He says, enter through the straight gate. No, that's not Nathan. I've already taught that. And I'm the only pastor I know anywhere on YouTube that's teaching that. I'll give you the lesson. Hold on, because it has to do the same thing, right? Many, right? Enter through the wide gate, because he tells us to enter through the straight gate, right? Straight gate. Broad is the way. He says, enter through the straight gate. Not the wide gate, but the straight gate. Listen. Thank you, Brian. Are you doing what I'm asking you, Peter? No, Peter, see, Peter get caught up on the phileo. The phileo, brothers and sisters, was these worldly things like we all get caught up in. You understand? We do. We want to fall for the world. That's why Paul told us to cut it off. Circumcise the flesh. Remember, he told us to cut off the outer man. The laws of flesh. Paul was overcome by the gospel, brothers and sisters. The 13th apostle Paul, woo, thank you, Paul, for his writings. That's why I already been quoting Colossians, remember, once written on stone is now pounded out and written on fleshy tables of our hearts. We're not under the law. We're destined. We're not bound by fate. That's law. You can't put me under the law. Keep trying, but you're going to rip Christ down from that tree. Nobody hung from crosses. Nobody carried crosses. I rebuke you. You don't know anything about torture. They'd stretch you back so you couldn't breathe. That's why they did that I can't breathe ritual to the whole world, to mock all these Christians and Catholics, religious people, to go, ha, we know the word better than you. We put it in Adult Swim. We put it on The Simpsons. They never let me down. That's a great study tool, huh? Yeah, you got a lot of study tools. You should use the tools that you have wisely. You know, Peter faltered, brothers and sisters, because he was questioning Christ. Because he was flail. It was the things of the world. Remember, Father he is sovereign. Christ is sovereign. He can't sin. He's perfect. He says, I do all of these things after my own counsel. I do them for my own pleasure. I create all things, everything that ever was, everything written, everything that ever will be, and everything that's not written. So it hasn't happened yet. God's doing it. You're not doing. That's called idolatry, pornea. Agape or pornea. That's it. There's nothing else. There's lukewarm. And he says a little leaven. Leaven's the whole lump. Never supposed to be sweet but bitter to the belly. But you cannot discern, can you? You don't have any spiritual. You ever heard of a spiritual calculator? Speaking of the 144,000, that's a parable. You understand? It's a parable. It's just like an idiom. There's a difference between an idiom. It's not a literal number. It's proof that he said, all flesh, black, brown, white, red, and yellow. Remember, like there's 12 eggs in a dozen, 1 dozen. That meant all flesh, not just Aaron and Levite, but the Gentiles, Jew, Gentile, man, woman, good and evil. Not just 1201 from the house of Jeremiah and Judah, because no, you Gad, you succumbed to idolatry. Remember, Ahab married Jezebel and taught her that Baphomet worship to the children, and I split the kingdom for that. Not gods in the sky, not fallen angels. There's nothing coming from the sky. Gods aren't in the sky. God's not in the sky. Dead people don't go to the sky. Heaven's not in the sky. He says to meet him in the sky, and that's not above your head. The skies will roll back like a scroll. Remember, it was written on scrolls, tablets, tables of stone. What are you smoking? Huh? You on that electric dragon dick with the vapor pen there, smoking your embalming fluid? You're dead to me, like Jimmy Crackcorn. He says you can't serve 2 masters. You know what that means? That's an idiom. Lot's wife was not turned to a pillar of salt. There was no sodium involved, not even a single drop. You wouldn't know the difference between an idiom and an idiot, so you might want to go back and start studying these books. It's full of them, right? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. You can lead a person to bathos, busos, bis, knowledge, but you can't make them think. You're not going to change anybody. Father said, if I didn't call out to their hearts to seek after me, not one of them would. So you want to know when you know somebody that's never read the scripture? God knows what's in my heart. Yeah, it says the heart is continuously filled with wickedness. That's you, huh? That's all of us. I didn't call out to your heart to seek after me. Take up your cross daily, deny yourself daily, follow after me daily. We teach the gospel right here at HD Fat. High desert, not high definition. He warned about things you see. Idolatry, things of the dirt, little things of the dirt, and big, tall, 58-story Babylonian towers in Manhattan. 58-story towers like Satan towers decorated with Satan, Mithra, the sun god. The 7th shofar, the final horn, the final trump. Remember Mr. Warp Speed? Mr. Peace. Those who say peace and safety. MAGA. Sudden destruction will come upon those who call out for peace and safety. Shalom. Peace and prosperity gospel. There we go. More drug pushers, brothers, sisters. Got a drug pusher in there. Mania is a drug pusher. Like Donald Trump, the #1 drug dealer. Careful, watch out. Man, he is a rape. He's going to rape you with drugs. Wants to rape you and medically rape you with drugs. That's disgusting, Brad. The Most High doesn't dwell in temples made by hands. You're a sick individual. Go away from me. Mary Christ. Uh-oh, are you related to Donald Trump? Remember Mary Christ and Frederick? No, it's Frederick Christ, huh? And Mary. Preachers touch kids, so get out of here. Yeah, let's talk about my stolen valor there, Retro. What would you like to talk about my stolen valor? Go ahead. Speak up. Go ahead. Speak up. Everybody's listening to you. You're slow to type. Let's talk. Come on. Let's have a conversation. You want to talk about stolen valor, and now you want to talk about my W-2. Would you make up your fucking mind? What do you want to talk about? My taxes or my DD-214? Who's ADF? I don't know who ADF is. Can you tell me who ADF is? Did somebody finally pick up this channel? That'd be good. Why did you steal the uniform? There we go. So go ahead. Who's ADF? Oh, they're not like a channel or something? Oh, whatever. It's somebody got banned because what do you need to fucking prove? Okay, let's do this again. I've done this with you dumb fucking idiots before, but I mean, you're so fucking stupid, you people, you know, because I don't care. I don't have to prove anything. But look, see, that's me. You notice that says, right? Commercial driver's license, veteran, CDL. That's my ugly mug right there. See that? Are you fucking stupid, dude? Why do you listen to other people? I hate the fact that I serve this fucking disgusting country. And that doesn't make me better than somebody that I serve the fucking country or worse, right? I mean, what the fuck is wrong with people? You think I like fucking serving in the military, what I did? You think I knew what the fuck I was doing? At 17 years old, I joined the military. Goddamn right I did. So, ADF? Oh, I know who exactly it is now. Yeah, because they can't get anywhere. They want to sit there and just talk shit, but they don't. I just showed you a fucking commercial license that says veteran on it. Are you seriously? Yeah, Father doesn't even want us to have a label in front of our name. So I rebuke my tourist service. So you have anything else to say there? Where'd they go? Where'd that person go? All right, Retro, speak the fuck up now. Because go over there and crush that motherfucker and tell him, you know, you lied to me, you piece of shit. Somebody fucking lied to you and you fell for it. And then you come in here and tell me fucking stolen valor, huh? And where was your goddamn proof? You just listened to somebody else. All license have fucking veteran status on it. So I just don't understand, man. I don't like being a veteran. Just because I'm pointing out that veterans are bad, that makes me stolen valor? We don't do good things. We literally fucking go to other countries and rape children over there, and you never hear about that on the news. I didn't, but I'm just saying. You should see what fucking soldiers do to dead fucking bodies that you never see pictures of. You'd be disgusted to see what was done during Desert Storm and Desert Shield to dead fucking Iraqi women and children. Not just battle-dressed uniformed men wearing military fatigues, but literally victims of fucking war. Do you know how many women doing those two operations never signed up and lost their lives? Women and children, tell me now. Why are we okay with this? Why are we okay with literally sending the finest of the finest? I joined at 18, right? 17. Before you, I was even an adult. Delta Echo Papa. Yeah. Delayed entry program. As soon as I was 18, bam, I was gone. Out to basic training. Move out, draw fire. All right? You know? This is not a good thing. We should not even have one single military veteran outside of the United States, or we have failed this new covenant. That's it. I don't fucking care if you hear anything else I say ever again. If you don't get that, please go the fuck away from me. We're not supposed to have veterans outside our borders. We are not supposed to have veterans, not one fucking vessel, boat, nothing. And we have 1,000 military bases. So I'm so tired of people telling me that America is so great because we have all these fucking bases off these other countries and we have dying people, to include veterans, women, and children, on the streets of this country. And now they're kicking fucking people out of here for being too poor. Too poor. Where do you think all the money's going? All the millionaires in Congress? Damien, look, then move off, bro. Quit bitching. So, Damien, are you one of these people that's going to say, oh, well, then move the fuck out of the country and then tell me a traitor because I left? Yeah, aluminum. So, what our military does is illegal, brothers and sisters. At least the founding fathers, right? The writers that, George Washington said no foreign entanglements. No foreign entanglements. So we don't need to be out. Why we wouldn't have fucking people coming in our borders if we had all those 1,000 military bases? We would have no fucking people coming across our border, would we? Think about it. 1,000 military bases, 180 countries. Well, we wouldn't have a goddamn debt problem. We got $1 trillion, brothers and sisters. We spend $1 trillion every year. That's more than every other military in the whole world combined. A $1 trillion, 1,000, and we're kicking poor people out of our country that are born here now. You resist. Do you understand? Resist. And say, no, I'm poor, you're not, and they're going to ship you out of the country by executive order. Executive orders, brothers and sisters. Okay, I'm not interested in rage. I'm divorced for a reason. And then they gets rage. Get out of here, you fucking bootlicking piece of shit. Fucking bootlicker. Pig licker. He said, don't sup with vipers. Don't cast your pearls before swine, pigs, people in government. Be okay with our government's kidnapping people. And this is rage. Brothers, sisters, these are the kind of people you should be worried about. You really should have some concern. And I was, I'm still super never said, don't worry about the government. They ain't got to do shit. Your people, your brothers and sisters, your neighbor that don't have nothing is going to be your biggest nightmare. You understand? People are ill prepared. I live way away from people. I don't have to. I could just sit back here and chillax all night and watch whatever and do whatever I want. And I own my land, not being in of abundance. I'm fucking retired. I can do whatever I want. If I want to go work on that cabin tomorrow, work on the garden, I'm a farmer. I got all kinds of shit to do. I don't have to be in here fuck with nobody. You know what I'm saying? But I do this because Father wants me to come in here and share the gospel. He said, don't hide that light in a basket. Put it at the top of your house and let it shine. And that's all I'm doing, what Christ tells me to do. So there's no, your hat says everything about you. Confusion. Oh, okay. That says everything about me. Okay. Yeah. There you go. Yes, I have to pay property taxes. We'll have to pay property taxes, but hopefully it'll be shortly. This will be put over to High Desert Faith and Truth Ministries, as well as the one down in Ecuador. And, they can't tax it here. So I'm working on that right now, trying to get that taken care of. So they won't be able to tax it. No. Do I pay taxes? Yes, I have to pay taxes just like anybody else, right? So I try not to pay any other unnecessary taxes. I don't pay state tax. I don't pay federal tax. I don't pay tax on a water bill. I don't pay a phone bill, right? So I can pay a tax on gas, right? But I don't pay federal taxes. I didn't send any into Ukraine. So I don't pay sales tax. No. Nobody's baptized. You don't know what baptized is, Wolves. You don't know what a baptism is. Wolf's never been baptized. Baptism is the word bapto or baptizo. Baptism is the word bapto or baptizo. That means to be covered with a red pitch stain, blood or dye. There's no water baptism. It's not what baptism is. That's a halakha ritual. So don't ask people if they were baptized. You can, but I'm just letting you know, nobody in here was baptized. It's a process. It takes a long time to be baptized. Like you must be rebuked by Father, walk in repentance, and then forgiven. Nobody gets baptized. Water is not baptism. That's a halakha ritual. You need to go back and read the Targum and figure out when that was perverted. That's why Christ had John, right, baptize him so they would have to listen to him and then hang him from a tree. Remember, nothing good could come of Nazareth. You need to study more. So, I don't play games, Reto. So I have a Sega Game Gear. I have a PlayStation or a 2 right there, but I just can't. My son's a good gamer. Sega Game Gear, you know anything about those? The handheld ones? I got about 50 games for those. I looked online. Some of those games are worth quite a few dollars, like the Game Gear games. I was like, damn, I better pull that back offline and just sell the games individually. I didn't realize those games were so much. Those are pretty popular little systems, you know, the handheld little. I remember I had it, but, 10 years ago or something like that. This one's got the viewer that blows it up, and it's got the extra battery pack and the duck you. Get out of here, Freedom. No, just kidding. You don't have to go anywhere. Duck somebody you love, all right? Duck, yeah? I quack daddy, bitch. Duck a friend. Oh, I think you got your answer. Uh-oh, Damien's a drug pusher. Everybody point out Damien's a drug pusher. Damien said trying to rape you with drugs, trying to get in your head. No, you can't be born again. It's born from above. Not born again. There we go. Damien's pushing drugs. Damien's a drug pusher. Everybody put the spotlight on Damien. He's pushing drugs like the government pushes on everybody, trying to medically rape you. And now Damien's trying to rape you with his drug pushing. Sick, twisted generation, brothers and sisters. They get on this drug kick. I should probably ignore them, huh? What a bunch of drug pushers. Fucking government pushes drugs on everybody. Number one drug pusher on this rock is the government's. Who do they work for? See, like a program, they come in here and they don't even realize they're doing the government's bidding, like a fucking minion, like a puppet on a string. Here we got another one. Got another one right here. Another one right here. Look at this. Drug pusher. Drug pusher. Pushing drugs on people just like the government. I'm not saying that you can't have a beer, that you can't take a bong hit, that you can't do, but, come on, stop pushing it on other people. It's not what goes in the man that defiles him. It's what comes out of him. I don't do drugs. It says no narcotics in my medical files. You can't put that shit in me. I'll fucking sue you for malpractice. Don't put narcotics in my body. It says it in my medical records. Go look at my HIPAA shit. You can get in there now and see my medical records. So, they forced me to take those for a while. I had to, okay? Because I broke my back more than once. I had vertigo. I was really fucked up. I had fluid in the frontal lobes of my brain. I had to literally shut down my whole shop, my house, everything, and, couldn't even fucking stand. So I've taken that shit, but I never took it, a couple months when they forced me to take it, and I quit taking it. Never felt so disgusting in my entire life. So I made sure they can't give that to me because I have a lot of I thought I was dying in some cases, but I was experiencing a lot of the side effects and thought I was having allergic reactions. But remember, oh, well, you get some poison oak and you get a little irritation on your skin and you rub this cream on there, but the side effects are heart murmurs, heart palpitations and death, So I experience normally all the side effects, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I like olive. I mean, that's a hard choice. How do you expect me? Careful with that axe, Jimmy. Right through what I'm saying. Rally Roger Waters, but you know what I'm saying? Just because, you know, but they're both just the whole, you know, I love Floyd though. We're talking about that. If you ever seen him, they do Pink Floyd in Pompeii. They play for all the dead people in Pompeii, and they do Dark Side of the Moon. That is an amazing track. You know, just the whole. They kind of let them run out there and just do their own. You know, they play off some of the songs, but they just kind of let some. You know, if you've never watched that, that's an amazing. And I think again, I'm the only person right now that's decoded that Donald Trump is Pinky in the Wall. Donald Trump is Pinky in the Wall. That the Wall is about Donald Trump. That's what that movie is about. Why do you think it's called The Fucking Wall? You know, Pinky is him. Remember the axes? You know, when he comes out after he does the show and they get him all stood up and they, you know, and they bring him out there and he gets, so you thought you might like to go to the show to feel the warmth of inner future, the space cadet glow. Remember, he starts doing his stage. That's Trump, dude. Watch. And we're here. That's right where we're at in the movie, guys. It's World War II equals World War III. And they're marching right everybody back. Remember, he's in there and I've already done it in there. Remember? There's one who doesn't look right. Right? Get him up against the wall. Right? There's one with spots. If I had my way, I'd have all of you shot. It's about Trump. Don't know anybody else that's ever seen that or decoded. The movie Wall is about Trump. How did they do that? Because Father writes through these lyrics. Father creates all things. Father created everything. There's no such thing as man-made. If Father created everything, how's there man-made? Come on, don't fool yourself. When Peter spoke, those are God's words. When Matthew spoke, that is the word of God. If you can't figure that out, then you probably wouldn't make it in this ministry very long. So same thing. Oh, I love it when you call me Big Papa. Uh-oh. All right, we'll lighten it up here, guys. Let's lighten it up a little bit. Here, we will. I don't care. I'm just going to enjoy another, what time is it? I don't know, about another 20, 30 minutes. I'll bounce out of here. You know, I can only beat this dead horse so much. Nobody's going to see it right now. If they don't see it already, they're not going to get out of the way. You know, hey, dumbass, we're going to push this snowball down the hill. We told you. They call that Sir Karmatic gods. You know, they don't have accountability. They told you. They put it in The Simpsons and they put it in Adult Swim and put it in your, you know, video games and your Call of Duty. And, you know, they put all this right in front of everybody, what they're doing. So I have the playbook. Remember? I know exactly what the future holds. I don't have to be a prophet because there's no prophet. I know exactly what's coming, brothers, sisters. I know exactly what they're doing. Isn't that great? Father gave me a blessing and abundance of time, and I traded that. Instead of chasing ass and tail and fame and fortune, I chased knowledge. I figured knowledge is worth more because you can have everything taken from you. It's like, go get tattoos, man. I've had everything taken from me all the time. They can't steal your tattoos, brothers, sisters. That's a good investment. The Most High doesn't dwell in temples made by hands. I love it. I love it. Get some tattoos, right? Scriptural, if you will. It's not what goes in a man that defiles a man. It's what comes out of him. Let him rip you down from the tree, right? Try to put you under the laws of flesh. You can't have tattoos. You can't mark your body. You can't cut your body. Yeah, okay. You can't modify it and be a man and turn yourself into a woman, okay? But that's not defiling me. I use these as a lesson. This is all these scriptures on my arm, you know, and all the firmament markers that are above your head. It was added. It doesn't say Lord in here, Michael. It never says that. See, this book doesn't say Lord, okay? This book doesn't say Lord. This book doesn't say Christ. This book doesn't say planet. This book doesn't say Jesus. This book doesn't say devil. This book doesn't say Lucifer. I can just keep going and going. There's so many words that people say This book doesn't say Jesus. It is KJV. Yes, it is a KJV. It is there's only one accepted KJV version. That's it. Council of Nicaea, 12th century, canonized by the number, coded with the Strong's Concordance, so you can study one word at a time. That's what they did when they made these books. It wasn't written on paper. You had to come talk to somebody like me who could tell you this without opening the books, because it was on tablets, 10 Commandments scrolls, the law, the Torah, the Jewish law. Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy were 613 statutes, commandments called the law. Just the Jewish laws, the Torah. And it was written on stone, and now it's on the hearts of the bride. So, yes, this is an infomercial. Call now, call now. And for free 99, you can stick it up your left nano nose. You got to call now, and you get a whole swarm of Miss Frizzle nano drones up your nanos. Call now for the first 500 callers. Miss Frizzle school bus nanos up your nanos. We want inside you. We want to see what's inside you. The government loves you. Miss Frizzle. Oh, call now. But because you don't have this text. This is a 12th century book. There's hundreds of KJV versions. There's only one accepted text. Just one. This is it. I have it right here. It doesn't have to have this blue cover. This is the more expensive, and it's the same innards. It's 60 or 70 bucks, I think, maybe 80 bucks for this 4-volume set. And then you have to get the concordance that goes with it. You have to get the lexicon. See this? Hendrickson volume right here. Hendrickson volume. Okay? That's why you don't have this volume. When you get this volume, it'll take out all those words. Lord. Let me show you something. In your book, watch, Michael. In your book, this is why you want to get away from your book. Your book, it says in Revelation, it says he gave his power. Go look it up. He gave his power and his authority to the beast. Well, Michael, that's going to believe you that that's a man, right? Because it says he, it's male gender, right? If it was feminine gender, it would say she, right? If it wasn't a gender, it would say neuter gender, right? Not like cutting off body parts. Oh, you don't know anything out of that. You don't know how to study like that, do you? I'm going to teach you how to study like that if you stay here. I'm going to send you to somebody who's even a better teacher than me. And he says, call no man teacher. That is the word prophet. There's no prophet here. We're not just showing you what's in these books, okay? That's it. You got to study the books one word at a time. That's why you need a lexicon. Use your eSword app until you get your lexicon, okay? You want a lexicon? That's a dictionary. You need a Greek one and a Hebrew one, okay? So you know the word one word at a time, so you don't start speaking words and say something that's not the definition. That's called translation. Transliteration is the complete opposite. Your version, I could whisper in your ear and do the whole train thing and say, Michael, I took the Beverly bus down to Beverly Boulevard to Barney's Beanery to buy a bowl of beans. And then you could say that to Duck, and then Duck could say that to, who else we got in here? Down the line 4 or 5 times. It's never going to come out the same on the other end. That's called translation. Transliteration means you literally don't change. He said don't add a jot. That's a period. Don't add, or the word forward means to add or to change or to twist or to warp or to pervert. Don't pervert his word by adding anything. He's that serious. He is that serious. All those other versions are rejected. This is called the interlinear Textus Receptus. This means this is the accepted text that was canonized in the 12th century, where they literally took one word at a time with the lexicon and defined it. Defined every single word, one word at a time. Do you study like that? Probably not. You should. Okay? And what about the illiterate? I've got something for the illiterate, Angela. Go to Grace and Truth Ministries. Go to Grace. I've got something. I've never been asked that question, but I hope you're not just being a piece of shit asking me something stupid, and you're actually asking something, because not everybody can read and not everybody can get access to these books. So Angela, are you being a swine pig in here? You can put lipstick on a pig. I don't eat pork. I ain't going to kiss it. So I ain't trying to sup with you. Are you serious? If you have somebody who's illiterate, I can teach you how to, I can give you something where you can learn even faster than you can learn on your own. I still go and study there. No sausage. Nope, I don't eat pork. Nope, no pork. Yep, Connell's been retarded. Define the word hand as. There we go. Ladybug says, dude's a low cow all his own. A low cow. He's a low cow. Yeah, I'm a farmer. You got that right. Did you hear my chickens in the backyard? There's a lot of things that happened in the 12th century, Tom. Remember? The deadly head wound that was healed in Scripture when Constantine rebranded, remember? Catholicism, right? To blended Christianity, and they were slaughtering Christians, and he thought he was going to lose his empire. So he said, all right, we'll tolerate all your pagan gods in the Christian church. We'll call it all the Catholics and Christians, and we'll just Satanism, right? The deadly head wound that was healed, right? In the 12th century. It's Christianity. Or they follow the communion of the Pope and the Papa and the whole crackers and grape juice, the Mass, eat my body, drink my blood. So, no, you can't cut your body parts off. It's not okay. That's a stupid question. You know damn good well I'm going to answer that. I'm going to answer with a word. He says, it's an abomination for a man to lie with another man. It's an abomination for a man to put on woman's clothing. So there's no taking, Jack's, button and sewing it on Jill, and Jill wants his button and Jack wants her pocket. No, we don't do that. That's an abomination. Okay? So we don't do the sewing body parts off and cutting and making, especially doing it to our children. Never fucking cut parts off of people, little children, and they're 18 years old. They can make that goddamn decision. Are you fucking crazy, world? Look at what this did in this world. Nobody cares. Strapping and tucking kids, brothers and sisters. Your kids. It's one thing to be an adult. You know what I'm saying? You go play your little clown show behind closed doors, but you let this happen to kids? He said he'd be able to have the millstone tied around your neck and to be cast into the sea, right? Great millstone, remember? I got that right there. Look, the great millstone. You better have a millstone around your neck and cast into the sea. I have that right there on my arm to remind me. We're not supposed to change Father's words. The great millstone, right? Go ahead. Start cutting on kids. Start touching kids at the airport and see how he's going to deal with that come judgments. Children are supposed to see sex ever, brothers and sisters. When I grew up, be like, God damn it, get a fucking room, would you guys? It was called PDA, public display of affection. Adults weren't even supposed to be doing that shit around children, let alone letting them see sex ever. Children are not supposed to see sex. They want to make those kind of decisions. Those are adult decisions. Remember, you don't have kids with sex or sex with kids. Catholics, Muslims. The Quran was written by Catholics. Wonder why they want a kitty touch much? Muhammad married a kid. Donald Trump dropped 3 steel buildings with 2 airplanes so they can touch your kids still at the airport. Still touching your kids. And you still just love them, huh? You voted for them 3 times, didn't you? Yeah. That don't add up to me. 2 plus 2 don't equal 5. And 3 steel buildings with 2 airplanes? Where the fuck did you ever get that from? 4 plus 5 is 9. 4 plus 7 is 11. President 9/11. That's where I got it from. The man that dropped 3 steel buildings with 2 airplanes and using Tesla technology. Pop, pop, pop. And pyrotechnics. So I'll just be the crazy guy until I die, and then it'll all be revealed. You guys see that I wasn't incorrect. I was right. The president's a PDF file, and nobody cares. If he's not, then he's covering for him, right? No, he is one. He took Musk there with him. Remember, they all went there. All of them. They're all in on it. That's a big-ass bed in Hollywood. Remember, he's the Diddy oil party, baby. Remember, he's the oil god. He's your oil daddy. Who's your daddy, remember? Yeah. Drain the swamp. I hate to break it to you. You are the swamp. So remember that whole thing? They're going to go do the Pizzagate, the whole, through the wide gate, the Broadway, and they're going to get all the, underground, drink the Kool-Aid, slam the hopium and drink the Kool-Aid, So that's how lost in the world that these people are right now. They've been separated. They're red and blue. They're like, we used to play that when we were a kid, like capture the flag or whatever. Now they got them doing it as adults, and they won't let the kids play with each other anymore. Well, I don't like that. You like Biden? No, I don't like Biden. You like Trump? And the kids never get to play with each other anymore. Sucks. Grown-ass adults acting like children. Seriously, think about the children that suffer because the adults are acting like fucking kids. Oh, I'm a Democrat and I'm a Republican, So it's okay. So don't worry about it. I won't try to change you. Remember, Father said you can't turn a goat into a sheep. It's not possible to fool the elect. So if I didn't call out to the hearts to seek after me, not one of them would. So there's no such thing as accepting Christ. I won't try to bring you to Christ in here. Christ is a pagan term. The one that was anointed in oil, the Hamashiach, that means Messiah in Hebrew. Get your facts straight. Get with the news, north, east, west, and south. You're not spinning on a planet, are you? There's no such thing as a planet. The next event, brothers and sisters, is going to be a fake alien. Robots. We're going to robots. DARPA dogs. How many warehouses do you think DARPA has of robots? And I heard something today. I was listening to another blogger because I was doing some research after I got up here, and I know I spent a lot of the day here, but he was talking about how they have these, video game, because I'm a veteran and I know that drones are part of this. We had drones a long time ago. Drones are old technology, but they were talking about how they could use these people to control the robot. And I never thought about it that way, through the Starlink system. They're somewhere playing a game and they're actually controlling something out there as this event goes down. Seriously, it's sick. It's sick. I cannot believe what they were pointing out, that, how are these things going to go out, because they can control them, but that's actually another way to have them controlled via satellite by joystick and have, what I'm saying? Like, wait a minute, there could be somebody controlling that thing and actually making it do what it's due instead of just programming, what I'm saying? Programming these things to go out and kill people, because they have to be programmed to kill. They don't learn. Computer can't learn. A computer is a 0101 net web. It's a math problem is what it is. And you can't figure it out. But that's all a computer is. It's just a math problem. But no, it's got feelings and rights, and they've given it to these. They've already given these robots rights, brothers and sisters. Yes, Christians are Satanists. They follow after this. Do you celebrate? You're a Satanist. Do you know any Christians that don't celebrate, Ice? Do you know any Christians that don't celebrate? Ice, answer my question. You got the fucking stupidest name right now. Seriously, with those ICE members going out, ISIS kidnapping people, that must have a shitty way of name to have right now. Seriously. So answer my question. Do you know any Christians that do not celebrate? Or do all your Christians celebrate? Yep, that's what it's doing. It's a metadata. All right, answer my question, Ice, or I'm going to kick you out of here. In fact, it's cold as hell. I won't kick you out. Just answer my question. You're fine. I just asked you, do your friends celebrate? Yes, I call Christian Satanists. Absolutely. I don't know anyone that's a Christian that's not. Oh, now we're going to push drugs. Man. Fucking drug pushers, man. Went straight into from ice to fentanyl, guys. Did you see that? Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. They're programmed. So it's okay. A computer doesn't learn, brothers and sisters. You put in shit, you get out shit. You input, It's like China. You send them high dollars, they'll make you high quality shit. You pay for shit, you'll get tofu construction. A computer does not learn, but they got the whole world convinced that they do. Now they can put these computers into the robots and say the robots killed you because the robot's alive, right? It can learn, and it's got feelings now, and it won't shut itself off. And they got you so set up. They got all of you set up, and they've got. Do you know how many warehouses that Elon Musk has as these fucking robots? How about Trump? Every one of these politicians, I guarantee you, they got a mob of these things, brothers and sisters, to protect themselves. They know what's coming. They wouldn't just put military in 19 fucking states if there was not already here. What is coming is actually already here. You're just seeing what is getting here. Well, he's only been in office for 8 months. You ain't seen shit. What he's going to do before the end of the year, just get the Deagle maps. I'll tell you that. If the Deagle maps come to pass, 200 million Americans will disappear before the end of the year. 200 million Americans will be gone. And Venezuela won't lose any. Actually, Venezuela's population goes up by the Deagle maps, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm not putting it all on the Deagle maps, but I've been watching those since, 2016 or 17 when it came out, right? So there we go. Good stuff. We got a drug pusher in here, another drug pusher. So there we go. And they're going to get away with this, brothers and sisters, because they have. Put a 1 in the chat if put a 1 in the chat if you think that there's a such thing as an alien. Put a 1 in the chat if you think there's an alien, if there's a such thing as an alien. I want to see if you guys have are aliens. They're not demons. That's not what a demon is. Okay. There's no aliens. Alien is a word, just so you know. You're already fucked. You're going to fall for this shit. And this is the kind of people you got to watch for, brothers and sisters. This is the kind of fucking dumb fucks you're going to have to fall for. There's no such thing as aliens. Gods are not in the sky. Dead people don't go to the sky. Heaven's not in the sky. It's not 2025. So these are the kind of fucking people. I'm not going to even let these people just trip over their own dick. You know what I'm saying? Alien is a word. It's a word. It doesn't exist in a physical space. It's a word. There's no aliens. You know what I'm saying? So Nephilim is the word bully. Bully. Bully is the word Nephilim. So no bully. That's the word Nephilim. Get your goddamn lexicon out and define it. When the sons of God came in the women to men has nothing to do with fallen angels. That's when Ahab married Jezebel. That's it. There's no fucking fallen angels in that story. No 30-foot fucking skyscraper dude scrubbing his magic school bus in some 5-foot frame. The word Nephilim means bully. If you get your fucking lexicon out and study, it doesn't have anything to do with how tall a man is, and doesn't have anything to do with being fallen. That's not what the word Nephilim. The word Nephilim is bully, right? Demon is what it is. Demon. Daemonion, a liar and a distributor of lies or fortunes. A Nephilim is a demon, and a demon isn't in your head. A demon is a liar. You've been a demon. I've been a demon. We've all been demons. We've all been Nephilim. Fuck you with your stupid ignorance. Gods in the sky bullshit. There's no gods in the sky. That's exactly why he divorced his bride, Israel. Walk down the street right now, start your own YouTube channel, and stick a microphone in somebody's face and ask people, where's God? No. Where's heaven? No. Where's hell? No. Where's earth? No. What year is it? 2025? No. Stop it. You're perverted. Everything you do is the world. Everything you're doing is what he told us not to do. Yeah, you won't even sit down and study one world at a time. Where does it say there's aliens? Where does it say there's aliens in Scripture? A fallen angel means that they've fallen from the ruling class, the heavens. The heavens, remember the book of Psalms, declare the glory of God? He created the heavens and the earth. Heavens are the ruling class, and the earth is the ruled. The sons of God are doing the will of the Father. Read the scripture, brothers and sisters. It says your brothers and your sister are your mother, and your mother, right, is your instruction, okay? Your brothers and your sisters and your mother are doing the will of the Father. Therefore, fallen angels aren't doing the will of the Father. How the fuck could those be sons of God? That's how stupid people are, brothers and sisters. They don't even sit down and read the word at all. But they'll sure listen to Donald Trump and his warp speed and Mr. Joe Buddy put the Biden and all this nonsense and politics and all their stupid fucking idiot friends that don't ever sit down and read the word, all these Christians and Catholics and Protestants and Presbyterians and Calvinists, and they're all idiots. They all celebrate for one, so they're all going to hell. You're not supposed to celebrate one day, especially celebrate yourself. Birth, there's only 2 birth dates of all the scripture. One's Satan, one's Herod, and he was trying to kill Christ. That's how hard you have to study the word to know that we're not supposed to celebrate birthdays, let alone the birth of self. There's only 2 birth dates. One is Satan, and that's what you celebrate. Jesus Christ, born on December 25th. Satan, Jesus Christ, Christians, Christ Mass. Masse is the eating of human flesh. I did the lesson on that's the swastika. I already did it earlier. I don't want to get out the whiteboard. You've fallen for this world, and the whole world does it. So, sons of God, not son. Yeah, the sons of God. Yeah, the sons of God is when Ahab married Jezebel. Ahab married Jezebel. That's what I said. The sons of God came into the traditions of men. Ahab married Jezebel. She taught the children Baphomet worship, swastika, Satan, Antichrist. Gods in the sky, same bullshit. Here we go again. Fairy tales. A fairy is a Celtic demon. A demon is a distributor of fortunes or lies. An Arab demon, remember, rub my lamp, give you wishes and fortunes. They prayed to their dead ancestors, deities, little g gods, right? Gods in the sky for fortunes, dead ancestors for fortunes. They thought they could, a burnt offering of a man, the Masse, Jesus Christ, eat the flesh of the Hamashiach. No, some peasant they let to live like a king and sucked and pumped and dumped and turned him into a marinated orgy sex god. Just like Semiramis, who had sex with her kid, right? When Satan died. Mithra, the sun god, birthed on December 25th. That's what she taught Ahab's children. He does not want us to marry truth to a lie. The sons of God are doing the will of the Father. You can't be a son of God if you're not doing the will of the Father. So when the sons of God split the kingdom for that. Not because of gods in the sky, right? Because they thought there were gods in the sky. And people are doing the same shit today. Same fucking shit today. You don't understand. Elohim is the Most High. You are not Elohim. You are made in his image. You're caught up on that. I can already tell, Brian. You're caught up on that. You're just caught up on, you don't get it. And that's fine. Sons of God are those that do the will of the Father. Like Ahab was doing the will of the Father, but he married Jezebel. And she was not. He doesn't want us to marry truth to a lie. The whole story is a fucking lie. All you have to do is sit down and study the word one word at a time. Who are you telling me you're Elohim? That these sons of God are Elohim? They're not Elohim. There's only one Most High. Remember, there's only one sovereign. He birthed that flesh vessel, Christ, who is blameless, without sin. But that is Father in flesh, Elohim, the Most High. The Most High, remember? Not in the sky. Not a Nephilim. Father doesn't fall. When, Barack Obama, I saw lightning fall from heaven. That's not from the sky. Satan didn't fall from somewhere above your head. So, yeah, having sex with your kids. Remember, Tammuz, the son of Satan, Christmas, Christ Mass, born in the middle of the winter, the one Donald Trump has his house decorated with. When he died, he married his mom, and they had sex like rabbits. Remember? Silly rabbit tricks of her kids. Easter fools or April fools. Yeah, that's Tammuz, the son of Satan. Christmas. Christmas married Easter. Christmas died. They had a thing. She had a thing for rabbits. No, he had a thing for rabbits. They like to fuck like rabbits. And remember, it's the Catholics that wrote the Quran. Yeah, kitty touch much? Oh, Yahweh, not Elohim, right? Oh, yeah. So you got that all lined out there? There's no fallen angels. That's not from the sky. That doesn't what fallen means. It means fallen from grace. Remember, Satan fell to rule over this earth. Not here, or this is not the earth, that it's the people. The heavens are the rule class, the earth is the ruled. There's no gods in the sky. There's the waters, the firmament, and the waters below. There's nothing coming in here. The only thing that's coming from here is coming from below your feet. It talks about the Hopi. But they're not lizard people. There's no grays. There's no lizard people. Chewbacca didn't have Wookiee with an Ewok. Now we got big feet. There's no big feet. This isn't scriptural. There's not a planet. There's no word as such word as devil. That was the word demonion, as I just said, the word demon, and that is a distributor of fortunes or lies to others. Okay, but yeah, what does that have to do with? Okay, the children of God, that is his elect, the ones that are not, you can't fool them by self, of the true Most High, is different than the spirits pretending to, yeah, sure, whatever. That's Yahweh. So I know what that is. I'm not, okay, I don't disagree with that, but remember, there's nothing's coming from the sky. We didn't come from planets and stars, and we don't come from above your head, brothers, sisters. That's the stupidest fucking thing ever in the world. And anybody, I rebuke you if you push that shit on anybody. You are what is called a Nephilim. You are what is called a demon. I've seen an interdimensional demon right in front of me. I know you manifested your own bullshit. You don't think you can do that, but you can. You could be sitting there seeing something and nobody else in the room sees it, but you fucking manifested your own bullshit. Would you astro fucking project? Now shut the fuck up with all this shit. You're out of here. All right, we're not talking about demons anymore because you guys are all a bunch of fucking demons. We've all been a demon. Every one of us has been a demon and a Nephilim. You don't even know the word, so I'm all done talking about it. Move on. Next subject. You have to know what the words mean in the book. You have to define them. You have to study cultures, customs, not just words, maps. Remember, the names were changed to protect the innocent. It used to be the Great Sea. Now it's the Mediterranean Sea. So, yeah, you got to study this a little bit more than just, one word at a time. So, but thanks for your time. You know what I'm saying? It gets old. I get so tired. They turn this into a space. There's no such thing as space. No such thing as space. Okay? There's no space. There's no space. Okay? There's no space. Fucking, my whole arm is covered with this shit. You think you're going to tell a magi about space, huh? You don't know anything about that celestial firmament. There's markers above your head. There's no gods in the sky. So that's what people want to think. I'm tired of this world where people think, and they're going to get away with it. This is that. Fuck off with your flat, stupid bullshit. See, that's the problem with society, brothers and sisters. They can't, they talk about shapes. They can't talk about anything with any kind of fucking reality. It's all just, they fly over a planet and never nose down, and there's no such thing as a planet. Plane, ET, phone home. Go ahead, fucking reach out and touch somebody else, please. Go somewhere else. I'm tired of these people thinking that gods are in the sky and they're going to use this against you. And these gods are going to be robots and the robots are alive. And the whole fucking world is believing this right now. It's as stupid as a fucking COVID. A virus isn't alive and everybody freaked out about that. So I know they're going to pull this one. It's so fucking easy for them to pull this one. It's going to be easier than the COVID. A virus isn't. That was all about stretching you back so you couldn't breathe. No, that was what they did to Christ. The whole I can't breathe ritual. George Floyd, Eric Carpenter, 5G. It takes and spins your white blood cells in your hemoglobin so that you succumb to oxygen saturation depletion in your hemoglobin because it's spinning and it can't attach and go down your circulatory system. It has nothing to do with the fucking internet. 5G is an oxygen and orbs absorption wave. I can't breathe. They stretched them on a tree, not a cross. Nobody was hung from crosses. The Romans were at torture and they love to stretch people back so they can't breathe, nail their fucking feet to the goddamn tree and make it so the only way they could breathe is to raise up on their nailed feet. So they couldn't breathe. I can't breathe. Like Ring Around the Rosie. I am the great Cornholio. I got the great Cornholio virus like Corona beer. Fuck this world. I can't wait to die, man. Can't wait to know. Okay, I was right, Father. And I don't care if I was right, Father. You made everybody stand on an X, 666, the number of man, not the beast. Oh, it's going to be 25 feet. Oh, it's 15 feet. Just stand on the fucking X, 666. Remember they did it on April 8th, too. Remember? Rapture, Indiana. No such word as rapture, brothers, sisters. Where the fuck does it say rapture? Huh? Where's the word rapture? Where's the word earth? Where's the word devil? Where's the word Lucifer? Where's the word planet? Where's the word Jesus? Where's all these words that you add to this book that I don't speak? Where's it say it's 2025? Fuck off, you lunatic. You're a lunatic. I don't want to hear it. I am so fed up with this gods in the sky bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I'm serious. The most disgusting. They veiled Christ's face. They put a mask over his face, and you know when they found that veil from his face over his face that they covered because they covered everybody's fucking face with a mask. Mary, who was given a voice because women couldn't even speak in the church. Now women are equally coveted. Remember, sons of God, women of men, doesn't want us to unequally yoked. Mary had found that mask neatly folded. That's an old Jewish tradition. You'd have to be a Jewish or have somebody to know that or study the culture. The servant would be serving the Jewish master. And if he was going to go jump on his winch or take a, whatever he had to do and come back and he was done, right? If he wasn't going to come back, he'd wad his napkin up and throw it on top of his plate. But if he was going to turn, he'd neatly fold that accordion style. So as I'm sitting there watching people with a fucking blue face diaper folded across their fucking face, I'm going, they're just mocking Christians. They veiled Christ. They put a cover over him after they killed him. A veil, a toxon, a bow, a cover. That's what that means. Remember? Oh, that's the rider on the white horse. Yeah, the one in the White House. Oh my gosh, it's happening by the book. Nobody even knew. I didn't say shit to nobody the whole time because it was just like killing me. Like these people don't even realize that was the condition that Mary had found, and she's the one who declared Christ had risen and his resurrection that he would return. That's what that blue neatly folded mask across your face meant. But you don't care because you don't fucking love Christ. You don't even know who Christ is. None of you in here, I doubt you know who Christ is. None of you even know that the Star of David that birthed the HaMashiach happened back in 2015, and that's been 10 years ago. The whole world should have fell at its knees, the whole church, if they had anything to do with Christ. This was the sign that birthed the HaMashiach, the king, remember? And nobody gives a fuck. I talk to Christians, huh? Oh, you're not supposed to go after the stars. That's a heresy. He said there'd be stars in the signs, right? And signs in the stars, and then the sun and in the moon, right? So see how I'm getting tired of this space farce bullshit? People don't even know there's a clock above your head because they think it's 2025. It's not 2025. You're an idiot. You do the world. You stink like the earth. The earth is the rule. And I don't want around it. So I apologize. That's why I just getting a little tired of it because I know what's coming next. I have the scriptures, brothers, sisters, right here. Remember? I know what they're going to do. I've got all their playbook. I've got the cheat codes. I've got it right here. I know what they're going to do. There's no fucking surprising me. The elect cannot be fooled. It's not possible. You need to go back and read the books. Okay? I'm not above you. You want to learn from me? I'm willing to learn from you. But if you come in here and you start spitting venom and you start speaking something that's not in these books, I'm going to throw you out of here. He tells me to guard my commandments, okay? Domestic enemies on the homeland. I ain't going to allow them in here. I'm not going to allow them in here with you. So I'm going to guard this ministry, and I don't care what people think. We fire more people out of here, remember, than we keep in here. So we could be at 100,000, brothers, sisters. If we just let everybody come in here and fucking wander around here, this channel would blow up. But we make these moderators work their asses off in here. I got the strongest moderators on all of YouTube. I don't care how big their fucking channels are. There's not enough. Lady in Red moderates for a lot of other channels. She has other channels. She'll tell you this is not an easy channel to moderate for. Okay? It's not. This isn't some normal Christian religious channel. It's not a religious channel. It is a channel that we stay over what's going on every single day over that we're supposed to take our cross daily, deny ourselves daily, right? And follow after him daily. And remember, he didn't hang on a cross, did he?
cross was to be crucified. He formed the shape of a cross. Remember, the Romans were master. Peter was hung upside down. That's your peace sign. Remember, I've taught you that. Yeah, he denied Christ 3 times, your peace sign. John was crucified on an X. Remember? These people have no idea about the Romans. They love torturing people. Their favorite way to torture a man was on to peg him, right, to a yoke or a stock, and then have him carry that yoke. That's what Christ, he didn't carry a cross, he carried a yoke. Remember, they put a yoke, you carry the yoke around your neck where they nailed your hands, and you carry that, and then they lift you up on a tree and nail you, put one foot over the other and nail you back. They put a cleat so you could push up and raise up on your nailed feet to get air into your lungs because it stretched you back. So if you went back down, it pushed the air out of you. So that's how you stayed alive. So when they came to kill you, they break your fucking legs. So you couldn't breathe anymore. If your birds weren't come peck your fucking eyes out of your head. You know, birds like earwax, and they get all the way into your brain, eat your fucking tongue, lengua, like a cow. Your boogers eat the whole nose out. And if you were still hanging, they couldn't hang you on the Sabbath day. Right? Couldn't hang a Roman citizen. Remember, it says in the book of Acts, cursed, he who hangeth from the tree. Acts, once again, they took him down from the tree. Nobody was hung from crosses. Nobody carried crosses. He tells you to carry your cross. You better go get one. It's not a physical cross. It's a spiritual crucifixion. There you go, Ghost. It was a big mockery. Thank you, Father. Somebody finally got it. They were mocking Christ. They're mocking you because you don't know what they did to him. Everybody in this world, brothers and sisters, thinks Christ hung from a cross. They don't study. I can argue with fucking biblical scholars about it until I'm blue in the face, but they don't hear me. They think they fucking know something, but they don't know their ass. It's like a doctor. Fuck doctors. They know what's in a box. I'm not saying go to the doctor and get your goddamn legs sewn back on, but the doctor's not going to keep you healthy. A doctor is a one fucking sided deal. They used to have a midwife that come to your house back in the day, and he knew just about everything. He was kind of did a little bit of everything, and he'd keep you healthy. He'd give you a consultation. And no, they're fucking farm guys now. They farm you out to this specialist, that specialist. Then they farm you out to the big pharmacia, right? So you go get the script so you can get on the pill, the tabbies, and go get more fucking side effects. So you got to take this one to combat that one. Yeah, it's a big fucking loop where they get you stuck in this snake, right? Ouroboros, the serpent, the time overlapping itself, where you get stuck in that revolution and you can't go anywhere. So that's why I can't stand people come in here and push fucking drugs, brothers and sisters. Because the biggest drug dealers on this rock are the governments, and the number one drug dealer is Trump. He sold more through that Pfizer jab at $2.2 trillion. Nobody in our lifetime is ever going to reach that, brothers and sisters. I don't even care if they do this disease X. They ain't got to keep track of it once then. I'm telling you, the next disease is going to come from space, brothers and sisters. You know what I'm saying? The next disease is going to come from space, and there's no such thing as space. See how easy that is to do? Everybody thought a virus is alive. A virus isn't alive. It's not even fucking alive. How the fuck was the whole world scared of something? Everybody, we had the internet. Come back and say, you dumb motherfuckers, you had the internet. Not that you couldn't study other books, go to libraries and stuff. This isn't it, but you had that right at your fingertips. And you were afraid of a fucking something that wasn't even alive. A bacteria is alive. You can get that in a wound, and a doctor's wearing a mask so that doesn't get in the patient's open body. That nurse is changing that mask every 30 minutes, right? That's alive. You can get an infection, a fungus. That's alive. You can get a fungus in your open wound and get an infection and die. But a bacteria, doctors don't wear no fucking mask for a fucking virus. A virus, it ain't alive. It's not alive. See, the whole world fell for it. So I know exactly what's coming. So it's getting a little hard. I remember last time. I remember before fucking 9/11. You know, I remember some of these events before they happen. I get this weird sensation, and it's getting really heavy right now. I mean, it's like, dude, we're so fucking close to them just doing a full lockdown in this country. Every state will be under martial law through their active duty fucking military, and we're going to war with Venezuela, whether people realize that we're going to go to war right here in the U.S. We're literally fucking days away from them starting this terrorist war right here over this cartel bullshit that we have them here in America, and they're start draping people's bodies over fucking overhangs and shit, hanging people, staking fucking people on pegs. You're going to see people driving down the highway, and there's going to be people hanging on fucking like tree posts and shit like that. It's going to get fucked up. People are going to start getting heads sent to them in the fucking mail, guys. You don't have any idea what is coming. MS-13 has been doing this for decades. Tren el was just as violent. And they let all these people, they cleared out all these Venezuelan prisons and brought them here, brothers and sisters. That's why Trump declared a national emergency day one. We've been under this shit since he got in office. Everybody just keeps going to sleep. This motherfucker keeps declaring a national emergency every 2 or 3 days for something else. So this is war, you know, and it's just, I know it's coming, and they're going to use robots. You better get used to having robots around you all the time. They want to release their tech, brothers and sisters. They don't need us anymore. Like I say, go look at a Ford factory, go to Warren, Michigan, go look at a Chevy factory or something like that, you know, in the 90s or something, and look at it now. There ain't no people in there anymore. That shit's all automated. They got a full-blown McDonald's that does not have one single person in the McDonald's, and it's a full-service McDonald's, brothers and sisters. What? Yeah. No, brothers, sisters, they know this solar minimum is coming, and this sun's going to whack us, and it's going to probably make one of these volcanoes going to blot out our sun. We're not going to be able to grow food for a while. They know this is coming. It's just a cycle. We're in the 6th extinction event now. We're in the 12,000 year, 6,000 years ago, he flooded this rock with water, right, from above and below. This time he promises the fire. And we're back on that mark. We're on that line. So we're already in the 6th extinction event now. We've been in it since the start of the age of Aquarius. It started all at the same time, brothers. 12,000 year cycle, 16, 12, 21, 2020. Come on, guys. This was the conjunction that formed the nation of Israel and the tabernacle. This is the same conjunction that brought us into this new age. Chronos is the time marker. Time. It marks time. This is the king. It was called the Great Conjunction. Okay? And when these two conjuncted each other back on 12/21 of 2020 to include Pluto, all of these Pluto's a planet, listen, are in Aquarius now. There's no the firmament declares the age, not me. The firmament declares the time, not me. I just tell you what the clock says. But most people don't know how to read the clock above their head. Okay? So please listen to me. There is a cycle where when we keep getting bombarded by the sun's energy, it excites the magma in our rock, and it starts increasing volcanism. We just had a volcano that has not been active for 75 fucking hundred years, brothers and sisters, in Iran. Okay? We've already seen Etna go off. We've already seen some of these 2,000, 4,000, 6,000. We're moving these cycles. 7,500 years ago, this went off, brothers and sisters. So these cycles are starting to reactivate. Eventually, one of these volcanoes go off. And this is what sends us into a minima. And they know this is coming because the magnetic canopy is now weakened. We just got whacked by, we had another Earth facing. I haven't gone in and checked it all today, but we had a ton of energy come directly at us again. Directly at us, okay? And remember, our magnetic canopy should protect us from, it's got to be a large X flare, 20 or 30, before we're going to start seeing, heavy auroras. These aren't even X-class flares, and we're seeing heavy auroras at the fucking equator. They know this, brothers and sisters. I've been telling you this forever in this, it seems like, in this ministry. This is what they know. And you got to remember, Honga Tonga went off on February 15th of 2022 that sent 146 gigarams over 180,000 feet into our upper atmosphere. It literally, that water vapor passed the fucking satellites, brothers and sisters. Go watch it. It is fucking unbelievable to see that water. And it froze in our upper atmosphere. There's 14% of moisture. That's 146 gigarams. That's why you're starting to see everything just get flooded off this fucking map. And it's not going to completely flood, but there is going to be more and more of these until we eventually too have a compression event like we had in the 1800s, where this rock is going to push all this water up out onto the surface like it did before in the 1800s, and we had the basketball size hail. This is called a compression event. This is where I'm concerned, Rosas, this compression event, that all that ice is going to come down at one time. This is sitting in something, look this up. It was in Honga Tonga. It was an underwater volcano, a submarine volcano. They had a ceremony. It was not going to go off again. It was extinct. It went dormant. They killed it all. Bam! 3 days later, after being in darkness like Jonah, it rose out of the ocean. It hit our stratosphere, brothers and sisters. That's the top of our atmosphere. That's at 180,000 feet. That's like if you ever see one of these volcanoes go off, they go bam like this, and then they pancake out at the top. It almost looks like a nuclear, plume. That's that 180,000 foot layer, brothers and sisters. That's it. I mean, it went as high as up, and it literally, brothers and sisters, froze that layer of that moisture into our upper atmosphere, and it's still sitting up there. And it's just starting to ring out now after a few years. So I would say 1 to 2% of what is up there of that 146 gigarams. Are you good with math? Get a fucking calculator and do that. That's quite the equation. Okay? We're talking about an unfathomable 14% of the whole atmosphere is now covered with a layer of frozen water. And if we have a compression event, brothers and sisters, I couldn't figure out how the hell are we ever going to get hailstones at 130 pounds. I've only ever found hailstones at basketball size during the 1800s, which is very hard to find that because it says the record hailstone is 8 pounds. I've done all the videos. Silver's like gold. Go watch that video. I've done it on there. I think I've done it on this channel, Predestined for Light. I've been talking about these cycles of the what I found out was these gorilla hail. When I started noticing the hail size was increasing, I found it was on the sun cycle. It was on the sun cycle. Man, I'm going to have to go in a minute, bro, sisters. I'm getting some serious stuff going in with my head right now. It's just I'm going to have to go. But anyways, like I said, this is a cycle, okay? And then when I noticed that we started getting this gorilla hail, like cantaloupe size, or not necessarily like bowling ball, but more almost like, they call it gorilla hail, brothers and sisters. We're talking 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pound hail events. They started happening more frequent. And that's when I really started catching on. It's like, what the hell is causing this? Then I found out about these other, great minima cycles of these compression events, where I found back in the 1800s, there were literally, writings about basketball size hail that leveled wooden cities during this compression event, where we had what was called mud volcanoes, not the magma coming out, the hot molten magma like Hawaii or, a fissure, but literally mud, hot earth, rock. It's not earth, but I'm saying the rock and the dirt from the hot water, the laterals coming and pushing that up and coming out of the land. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it should be in my bio. Okay. So, it's predestined, the number 4 light. So, like I said, brothers and sisters, this moisture is sitting up there, and the government is very aware of that. And I do 100% believe that's why they are digging in. They're getting ready for this. Remember, I dug in because of that. I spent 4 years of my life digging. Don't listen to the world, Tracy. Don't listen to anybody, Tracy. When it's done, but you have to get this done. You have to do this. I don't care how much it hurts your back. I don't care if it kills you. You've got to do this. You've got to have a way to get yourself and the scriptures safe. He said you have to endure to the end. You're not going to try to escape your death, Tracy. Listen to me. Build this ark, and when you're done, you can rest. But you need to build this to get under the ground, because these hailstones are going to come. And he showed me through the word, like this is going to happen. And I said, holy crap. This is Revelation 16 and 21, brothers and sisters. I never knew how they were going to make this happen. But when I found out that Honga Tonga went off, I said, oh, that's Revelation 16 and 21. Holy crap, because I've been studying it before 2022. I'm like, there's no way you can go from basketball size to 130-pound hail. No way, that can't happen. It's just, I couldn't fathom. I'm good at math. Guys, when that Honga Tonga eruption went off and that water is now stuck in our upper atmosphere, that makes that Revelation in 16:21. Whether man induced that, because there was a pulse before that went off, okay, or it was a natural, it doesn't matter. That is still up there. Stop. Let's not dispute it like the COVID. Hey, it don't matter if it's real or not. It's having real world effects on everybody. Doesn't matter. If it's real, it will have real world effects. One day, brothers and sisters, what goes up must come down, and it's still up there. And they know it, brothers and sisters. They know it. That's why they're all digging in. All of these originally, I encourage you right now, I'm not trying to incite any kind of panic. There are overhangs. There are lots of, this rock is very porous. Find a place about 6 feet under. That don't sound good. And I'm pretty certain you're going to be able to handle a hailstone. That's a lot of forces, brother, sister. I think about 6 to 8 feet of rock, earth, dirt above you. It's going to thud. It might be a little noisy, but you'll get out and go about your business. I don't think that once it comes down, it's going to be a whole event where this really comes down all at one time. It says the heavens and the earth will be shaken, but remember, that's not, the heavens aren't above your head, but there's something that's going to compress that frozen moisture that's sitting up there. It's up there right now. It's still up there, brothers and sisters. It hasn't come down. We're just starting to see what happened in 2022. It's 3 years ago. Okay, so it takes time. Like poop, it runs downhill. So it's going to take some time for it to come out, especially if it's all frozen. But when I was looking at this, I just said, there's no way that there's going to be 130-pound hail. I just can't find it. And Father's like, it was, guys, I tried. If I knew there was something to it. But so I want you just to give myself a little validity, and you should discern everything I say. I was talking about this before Honga Tonga went off, brothers and sisters. I was talking about Honga Tonga in Revelation 16 and 21. And I was a little confused. I'm like, someday something's going to happen, but I don't see, and he just kept telling me, Tracy, this is God. No, he didn't say that. It just, the word kept telling me, just keep studying. Just keep studying. Keep studying. Keep studying. Keep studying. Okay? You'll find it. And then when Honga Tonga went off, I was like, oh my God, Father, there it is. That is Revelation 16 and 1. Now it's 100% possible. Do you understand? I mean, I went from something where I couldn't figure out how it would happen, and studying the compression events, how these were the largest hail cycles and stuff. And then I'm like, there's no way. Basketball is not 130 pounds. How is this possible? There you go. Honga Tonga, brothers and sisters. That's going to make Revelation 16 and 21. A hailstone, a talent, is 129 pounds plus. If it says there's going to be 129-pound hailstones in the chat, put a 1 if you don't think that's going to happen. No, that's not going to happen. It says in Scripture, one of the plagues of Revelation, put a 1. Nah, that's just a bunch of nonsense. There'll be no hailstones that are 130. Let me ask you right now, if that started progressing, we didn't just go straight 130 pounds, how many pounds hailstone do you think your roof can handle right now? At free fall speed, right? The rate of fall, right? Like 3 steel buildings with 2 airplanes, right? Right in their footprint. How many pounds? Put in the chat. Let's try to spark this out of the room real quick before I get out of here. Put how many pounds of hail do you think your roof can handle right now? If it was coming at full speed, how many pounds? Do you have a composite roof, just some shit paper, tar paper with some little sprinkles on it? Little frosty sprinkles like on your ice cream or something, little pebbles up there with some oil. That's called a composite roof, What about a metal roof? Guys, 20 pounds, 30 pounds. I don't think our roofs, modern day homes with these stick-built homes, would take a 20 or 30-pound hailstone, right? That's what it says, hailstone. So that's frozen, water in our upper atmosphere. So And I'm not trying to incite any kind of panic. If you don't think it's going to happen, move along with your life. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. Remember, it says if you do not add to this book, you know what I'm saying? How about this? It says, if you don't add to this book, right? If you add to this book, you will receive of all the plagues that are written in this book. The plagues that it's talking about, I mean, there's been plagues before, but it's talking about the plagues of Revelation. That's Revelation 16 and 21. So just hear me out. If you follow Father's word, you won't have to worry about getting away from 130-pound hailstones because he'll protect you. He really will, brothers. I'm telling you, every place on this rock will hit, but except for where you're standing. And don't go tempting it with a running in the, like in front of a running train. But I'm telling you, I'm certain of that. But I make mistakes, and I'm a sinner. I'm a sinner, and I make mistakes. So I don't think I'm going to get the protection that I've sinned. I still sin. I cuss all the time now. So I'm going to have to, that's not going to apply to me. I'm not going to get away from these plagues. So he said, you add to this book, you will receive all the written plagues. That's all of them. So, and I've added to the book. I have. I do still. As much as I'm a stickler on it, I add things in the book, not the words, but I add to the sin that I shouldn't be doing. So I'm not going to get away from these stones, brothers and sisters. But I'm telling you, if you were upright, if you'll hear me out, if you were upright and you love Father and you were doing what you were supposed to do, those plagues will not come against you. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. That's what he said. Your enemy will come against you one way, and I will make them flee 7 ways. I'm telling you, they'll be hitting all around you. 7 is judgment, okay? 7 is the number of judgment. So be ready. I'm telling you guys, you've got a lot on your plate, okay? I think the next event that we're going to see, though, is the robots. They're coming. This Project Blue Book, not Beam. Although they have the directed energy technology, it's Project Blue Book. And this deals with, getting the whole public to believe in these watchers and fallen angels or whatever. This is all part of this. It's all written in that book. This is a Masonic ritual that they're going through right now, whether you realize it. Their gods are going to be their future AI. Brother, sister, I'm telling you right now, I don't like making predictions, and I'm not making a prediction here. The AI, the Christ, the Antichrist will be AI. It'll be a fucking robot, brothers, sisters, and they're going to love this fucking thing. They are just going to marvel after it. It's going to be a robot, I'm telling you. And people, oh, no. Yes, it will. I'm telling you, it will. It's going to be it might be a mega robot or some kind of, but it's going to be some kind of man-made fake alien robot that comes out of the fucking sky or something. And people are going to make, oh my God, we're the ones who made you. We come from the stars. We're here to cure all your fucking problems. And people are like, oh, let's get on the boats. And people have had dreams for this for 30 years, brothers, sisters, of this day. 30 plus years I've been studying this. I remember people 30 years ago talking about this day where these things were going to be in the air and all these things are going to come down and people are going to be like, oh, get on the boats and they're going to be here to save you. This has been out for a long time. As long as I've been studying, this was talk about this on the dark web, brothers, sisters. This is Operation Blue Book. Okay, this has everything to do with Operation Paperclip, Operation Nanook, Operation Popeye. There are a lot of different events that they pulled off to get to this, to include World War II, right? Oh, aliens. Hitler he got fallen angel technology. There you go, brothers, sisters. There you go. Just as recent as the last World War, and we're in World War III now. World War II equals World War III. The next thing you should expect, brothers and sisters, I already picked this ritual, 9/23. I already told you Pearl Harbor. So we saw our fucking Pearl Harbor. You can't shoot a boat out in the middle of the ocean. I'm going to get this one right, brothers and sisters, and I'm not ready for this to happen. And this is why this is scaring the fucking shit out of me. The next event that's going to happen, brothers and sisters, is bombs in America. God damn it, I got this right during the Boston bombing, and we hadn't had a fucking bomb since 9/11. Well, actually, an event. And I got the Boston bombing. Go ask Nicole. She's in here. If she comes back in here before, she was hanging around me before when I've been doing this a long fucking time. So during the Boston bombing, I got this weird feeling, and Father overcame me because I was studying, and he just something. He's like, I kept studying all this military equipment going out to Massachusetts. I'm like, what the hell is this, dude? I was a traffic crash reconstruction. Like, dude, they got an event that's going to go on out there. You know what I'm saying? They got an event. I'm sure they are. And I said, you guys, I wanted everybody, I said, I don't know what the hell this is coming from, but something has overcome to me. Please be ready. Guys, there's going to be bombs in this country, bombs in America. People are like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about, Tracy? We haven't had an event since 9/11, Russ. There was the underwear bomber or whatever. That was a plant. We had not had an event since 9/11. And I picked to the fucking date the Boston bombing. I actually remember when I was watching some economics channel, and he had was going on, and that had the marathon in the background, or you know, and all of a sudden, boom, and I'm like, no fucking way, dude. So guess what? I'm going to be right about this one, and I'm not picking a date. I'm just telling you what they're doing next, because I could see what they're doing. So the next event, tariffs, embargoes, right? What happened after that? I already told you how I'm telling you this is going to be done. Pearl Harbor. What happened after Pearl Harbor, brothers and sisters? Somebody track with me on this before I go. Somebody track with us where they're doing World War II over again. What happened? Okay. First thing we did, we embargoed the fuck out of Japan. They could not move, brothers and sisters. We strangled. They couldn't have no other option, brothers and sisters. They had no other option. I know this sounds crazy, but to bomb us. The Japanese commander said, you can't go over to the mainland. There's an American behind every blade of grass with a gun. They chose to go over to, obviously, Pearl Harbor. They blew up. Remember, this was a boat incident. Okay, so we already got the tariffs. He that's why he started tariffing the whole world. He says, fuck it, this is all flesh. Last time it was just Jews in the middle of the desert. Fuck it, you're all getting tariffed. Pay or play. No, play or pay, remember? And he started sanctioning. He sanctioned on his first administration. You know what I'm saying? He started sanctioning on his first administration. A washer and dryer went up over $200. Okay, so you started seeing this sanction ritual or embargo or tariff of World War II. Okay, then what happened? Then they bombed the boats. We just saw that, brothers and sisters. You can't bomb a fucking boat in international waters. No single, brothers and sisters, they should have let them come in. You're not going to go all the way across. How the fuck they have enough to get over here? There's not enough fuel in that boat to make it over here. That's the biggest crock of bullshit. That boat incident wasn't even real, but it is their Pearl Harbor, brothers and sisters. Their Gulf of Tonkin. I don't care because of what it represents. You can't be blowing up fucking drug dealers in the middle of the ocean. That was 100% illegal, and anybody supports that, I don't even want to say it. I just, they're fucking so stupid, brothers and sisters. They don't see it, but I don't care, okay? So what happened, brothers and sisters, after Pearl Harbor? What event came next? And I've already told you how this is going to happen. I've already picked it, and I know I'm going to get this right. And I'm going to be I'm probably going to turn my internet off, and I'm going to turn the ministry down when this next event happens. Brothers, sisters, I will for a while. You mark my words, I will. Because remember, during World War II, they started doing FEMA camps, work camps. But what was that? That was during the time. But what event before we did that? Thank you. Because we're already seeing that, Lady in Red. We're already seeing that. So now we've had the sanctions, the boat incident, the camps. What was the last thing we saw? What was the last event? Before, obviously, we went into, there was an event that happened, right? They bombed Pearl Harbor. What did we do? Not yet. Hold on. Let's do this in order. Remember, we went over there to Japan. We sanctioned them. They couldn't move any of their goods through there. They had no options but to try to, find some kind of retaliation like war, just like you see Putin and them going back and forth in Iran. That's how war works. So, bam, we put all these sanctions. Japan can't move, right? Bam, they bomb the boats, Pearl Harbor. We see FEMA camps set up, right, where they start relocating whole communities and putting them into work camps. This could have to do what I said. What happened next? World War II equals World War III. Everything they did during World War II, they're doing again. World War II equals World War III. You can get a checklist of what Trump is doing right now and what Adolf did, and they go verbatim. This is why he's went in D.C. and did what he did in D.C. This is mirroring exactly what Adolf did. I'm telling you, go look at it. I don't like none of the politicians. Remember, I don't vote. I don't do none of that shit. This is way past left or right paradigm. This is way past that. So it was the Wallens that in turn American citizens. So this next event will start this whole process where they're going to encamp almost everybody in this country, brothers and sisters. You're not going to move around anymore. Not without a lot of, military on almost every other fucking corner you're going to see, So come on, guys. Before I go, I got to get off here. It's getting kind of late. Come on. Tariffs, embargoes, right? Hold on. I want you to do what they did in World War II. Think World War II, killer. Think World War II. We went over there to Japan. We sanctioned the hell out of them. They had no choice but to file retaliatory charges. You know what I'm saying? Right? They bombed Pearl Harbor. Right? The boats. We just saw our boat incident. They started locking people up into work camps. We're already starting to see that. It's going to get a lot worse. I mean, this is going to be, remember, relocating whole communities like they did. They relocated anybody of Japanese descent. They went into a work camp. They were born here in America, but their parents were born in Japan. They in turn American, then they're doing it again. What was the last event? What happened? What did we do when they bombed Pearl Harbor? What did we do? What did we do? Because this is the next event that's going to happen, guys. I know it now. I know it, and I'm not going to get it wrong. I don't care because they're doing it by what they already did. I'm not making a fucking prediction. They're doing what they did already. So World War II, tariffs, embargoes, sanctions. They go over there, bomb Pearl Harbor. We know we see people in America, born citizens, being put into re-education and work camps. We're already seeing that. We're missing this last event before we actually went over there and went over in, Germany, the whole, invasion of, So what was the next event? Because this is what's going to happen. This way you won't be surprised. Okay? What was the retaliatory event for Pearl Harbor? How did we retaliate for Pearl Harbor? There was a retaliation event, military event. This is what's happening next, brothers and sisters. It's going to happen right here in America. Already said it about 10 minutes ago. What event followed the bombing of Pearl Harbor? That's right. 2 of them. Thank you. Nagasaki, Hiroshima. Thank you, Rum. Thank you. Nagasaki, Hiroshima. So expect a Nagasaki, Hiroshima event. And as brother, sister, and I already told you how they're going to do this. Okay? I already told you how they're going to do this. They're going to use hydrogen technology and tell you that it is atomic. That's going to allow them. Atomic goes down and pancakes out and blows everything out on the surface. Pancakes out. Hydrogen goes down into the ground. We use these in Afghanistan. We use these during, going after Al Qaeda and all these. We've learned how to send a deep, deep penetration of power, not pancake out, but power down in to get these, Al Qaeda that were buried down into these bunkers to go down. It's called a bunker buster, brothers and sisters. They're going to use 2 bunker busters in the U.S. to mirror Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Okay? That's going to send that plume down, and everybody's going to film it. Oh my God, this is the end of the world, and it's Armageddon. It's going to put up a beautiful plume, boom, 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 and it's going to rock everything right around that area. But there's not going to be any radiation, brothers and sisters, and they're going to tell everybody it's radiated, and they're going to kick everybody out of that fucking city with no radiation. And you heard it here first. I don't want to get it wrong. I don't want anybody to be fucking bombed. Not one person do I want to see hurt. So people are going to film this, brothers, sisters, and everybody's going to get in there like, oh my God, and they're going to blow it up all over the fucking news. And listen, you're not going to be able to go in there, brothers, sisters, and take your radar detectors. They're going to kick everybody out. So wherever they want resources, minerals, a certain state or a certain area, but they're going to be able to take everybody in that fucking place, go through all your houses and steal all your shit. You're never going back to your house again. Do you understand? I'm not going to get this fucking. This is why I'm a little stressed out now, because I know this fucking event's on the doorstep, and I'm okay. I'm just like, holy shit, they just won't stop now. So I know it's coming. That would allow them for everything I've done here for 12 fucking years. Remember, Executive Order 11004, Truth Bible Television. I was putting this video out for you now 11 fucking years ago, and now it's going to happen. It's happening already. But this is going to be like what they did. They're just going to take whole fucking communities and put them to work, brothers, sisters. You're going to work for this fucking government. They're not worried about the dead anymore. They're going to fucking work you to death. No, they're not. They already fucking did in history. They already did in history. They're just repeating it. Don't you understand what's happening here? I see it clear as a bell. Okay, this ain't hard to see. World War II equals World War III. Start telling everybody that so they can start comparing and going, holy shit, if you take a checklist, what Trump is doing, he's doing exactly what Adolf did. Guys, I'm talking to the fucking T. That's why I know they're doing this. I didn't get it wrong a long time ago, and every day that I just keep getting it more and more to what I said that they're doing. Not I said. I said they're going to do this because they said they're going to do this. Do you understand? I don't pick dates. I'm not a fucking prophet. I don't do that. I'm a reconstructionist. This is what Father made me to do. So he birthed me to figure things out backwards. And so I know what's coming ahead of time if I can work it backwards, right? Like a messenger. If it's already happened and I'm out there screaming and fucking yelling, you're not going to hear me because it's already happening. I got to sound the alarm first, not to cause alarm, so you can get out of the way. Hey, dumbasses, they're about ready to push this snowball down the fucking hill, and if you don't get out of the way, it's going to roll you over, and they're going to laugh at your ass. Oh. But, Duck, listen, you could just get the checklist. And like right now, don't even try to change it. Right? If they can't figure it out right now, they're riding on the fence. Remember, people walked right through those fucking fences on the other side, right to their deaths, brothers, sisters, during World War II. So just let them do whatever they're going to do. Thanks for saying something, Duck. But you know what I'm saying? And thanks for taking the wrench tonight. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate that. There was a lot. We didn't have anybody in here when we were getting crushed earlier. So, and I appreciate you've been a real good support to this ministry as well. So I don't just hand the wrench out very often. If you want to give it back, you can. You don't have to. It's a hard place to minute. You know, there's a lot of moderating goes on in this channel. You guys have a pretty tough job in here. So, but guys, please listen to what I'm telling you. I don't want anybody to be fucking bombed. You know what I'm saying? I don't want anybody to be bombed. You know, I don't want any to be bombed. I don't want that to happen to anybody in this country, but they're going to do it. And listen, think about this, brothers, sisters. If they bomb a city, I don't know what they're going to say that you can't go in. They're going to make it a big area. They're going to go through everybody's houses, brothers, sisters. You're not going to get out of there before with your gold and whatever your shit and leave there, because they're going to like put you in fucking camps and go through everything you fucking have with our military. Why do you think they repealed Posse Comitatus, brothers, sisters? Yeah, that means they can use. Why do you think they just put military in 19 states, brothers and sisters? Yeah, I'm going to get it right, brothers and sisters, and I don't want to get it right. I hate being right sometimes, like Marshall killed my fucking son, or he's got him kidnapped right now, and I'm not going to be wrong about that either. I'm just not. I have too much evidence, brothers and sisters, just too much evidence. Sometimes I hate being in this flesh so much like this when I see something coming and nobody will get the fuck out of the way or nobody will listen to me, you know, and I see it coming and it passes, you know. And I actually remember talking to my son. I told him, what am I to do when this happens? And he's like, Dad, you're just going to do what you've always done. You're not going to tell everybody, I fucking told you so. You're just going to go help them again. That's what you do every time. You warn people, it happens, and then you go fucking help them. You don't run around going, ha, 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 you know. So, so just please be ready. Does anybody disagree with what I'm saying? Or you guys have a pretty clear idea of what you should see next in this country if they're pulling this 923 World War III ritual? We could see another boat incident too. I mean, we still got some destroyers sitting out there, right? We've got a lot of boats sitting out there in the water right now, all over. We've got our boats all over this rock. So we may see another boat event, remember? But I start looking for these, relocating whole communities and putting them into work camps. Executive order. Remember that happens, okay? You're going to go, oh my God, Pastor was talking about that forever. Just kept talking about it and talking about it and talking about it. I know, huh? 11004. You know what I'm saying? So please, guys, I don't like this, that it's happening. I wish there was some way for me to get in front of it, but I'm past that. I thought I could change the world. That's why I joined the military. I thought I could fix everybody's problems. That's why I joined the military. I wanted a voice. So here I am. See? That's right. Even that boat, brother, sister, no way that little boat would have made it all the way over here to the West. That's the stupidest thing what that happened in the event, but it doesn't matter. It's a massive. That is probably one of the largest events we've ever seen in our lifetime. And I know it doesn't seem like much, but it is. You don't blow up 11 people in a fucking boat. Where's the proof? Where the fuck is the proof? Where's the proof of these guys? Where is the proof that these guys were Chihuahua? Where is the fucking proof? I don't look like fucking drugs in there. That's not a bunch of fucking drugs. And think about it. If you were running drugs, you wouldn't have 11 fucking people in a boat. No, you wouldn't. You'd have 5 or 6. Every 150-pound man is worth $150,000 million, brothers and sisters. Come on. Think about drugs. And try to remember, brothers and sisters, the cartel in Venezuela does not bring that many drugs into America. They're not, go look at the statistics. Venezuela does not bring that much drugs into this fucking country. It's not a problem. They've created this shit. The whole public is going for it too. They're biting on it. When you say you're taking all in the cartel, bro, says you're taking all of South America on, not just Venezuela, Mexico, Paraguay, Colombia. We'll probably be going into Colombia next, brothers and sisters. I think we're fucking days away from messing with Colombia too. I'm serious. I hate knowing this shit. It sometimes it's just so cumbersome. But see how I can't hold it in? I just sit here and hold it in the whole time? Fuck no. I want to share this. I want to see people get out of the way. I don't want people to get blown up. And remember saying, not literally, but I'm saying I want people to be able to way to say, hey, I don't want to do that. I'm going to go over here and not for toilet paper. I'm going to go listen to Pastor. I'm going to go buy some toilet paper right now before everybody goes down there and buy some. I remember during the COVID, people freak out. Shit in the stores again. Remember that shit? Oh, these aren't essential goods. You can't buy these. So. All right. So I do believe that this next event, brothers and sisters, is going to come with a bombing event in America. And I do believe they're going to use hydrogen technology and mask it as atomic and tell people that it's radiated and they can take any city they want right now. And if they move everybody out of that city, I don't see why they'd ever let anybody back in there. And that means all your possessions now are gone. And you better fucking believe they'll let all these jackboot fucking thug ISIS pricks running around in this country right now, because I'm sure they'll have a bunch of them to go through your fucking house. And they'll get a certain percentage. They did this shit during World War II, brothers and sisters, okay? Don't act like they didn't do this before. So expect them to come take and make you fucking work. If you're in America, you better plan on losing your fucking job and working for fucking them until they find some robot to take your fucking job. You can go home. We've got a robot to fix your job. You're going to have to take a UBI, but you can go home now. Huh? Well, your new home. You're not going back to where you were. You got to go to this 15-minute city over there. It's all right there for you. You get your universal basic income. You do what the fuck you're told, and you're a good debt slave. You'll be socially credited and tracked, and you'll be a digital communism. Blockchain digital communism. High Desert Faith Truth Ministries. We said it here first, I believe. I don't know if anybody else said it, but That's what you're going to be. So does anybody doubt what I'm telling you? They drop a hydrogen bomb. It goes down into the ground. It does not pancake. So nothing's radiated. Nothing's radiated. It sends out a big ass plume. Looks like a fucking atomic bomb. Looks like an atomic bomb, but is not radioactive. It's water. It's hydrogen. It's clean technology. But it's going to send a massive plume, and you're going to get 30 or 50 or 100 people get the video of it, and that's going to be it. And they're going to say, everybody in this area has got to go. They got to go. You've got, 3 hours, something like that, guys. 3 fucking hours. Anything you need a whole day to get out of there. I'm telling you, they're going to say 1 hour, 3 hours. Everybody's got to go. Start lining up. Get in these fucking trucks. Get out now. It's atomic. Happen. And it's going to probably happen to almost every American in this country. So I hope you'll enjoy your work camp wherever you're at. See, why I want to get the fuck out of here too, brothers, sisters, because this will happen in other countries. Don't think this is the only place it's going to happen, but I'm telling you, this is where it's going to start. And this is where I believe that a majority of the judgments, as it calls as Babylon, is going to be here in America. It has to be everywhere. It has to be everywhere. It can't just be in one location. But this is where we're going to take a blunt of the destruction for what we've done over the last 50 years. So, I bet you they'll go 2 and 3 miles in some locations, 5, 10, 20, 30, 50 miles, and they'll take all that shit in that area. It'll be all theirs, brothers, sisters. If there's somebody's got a big old hoard of fucking gold or anything, and they want that, they can do what I'm telling you. And remember, I said vaccines to the elite are like mowing the grass, brothers, sisters. I go through grass like a mower with a Ford mower. Okay? So be ready. So, but when we see the bomb event, I'm done for a while, okay? So please don't get upset if I disappear. Seriously. I don't know how much more I want of this because I'm going to have limited days. I'm not going to be able to move around. And like I said, I'm probably won't ever be able to find my son again after that day. So I'm not going to be very happy. I don't want to come in and rub that negativity off on you guys. They're going to lock us full down when that happens. Everybody will get locked down in this country. There'll be no more moving around. So I won't be able to go find my son again. And I'm not very happy about that. So I'm getting a little bit edgy right now because of what's going on. I can't, when this shit happens, we do a full lockdown, I'll never be able to go find my son. How the fuck am I going to find my son if I can't even move around? I'm done, guys. So let's hope this doesn't happen because I just don't want to, I'm not saying I'm going to shut down the ministry. I'm just going to take a fucking break and take some time for me, because I know it comes after that. You know what comes after Nagasaki, Hiroshima? I do. You better start studying what happened in World War II. That way nothing will happen. You know what I'm saying? That way you'll know what's happening. You won't be surprised. They're going by the scriptures. Obviously, they have to make every jot and tittle come to pass, but they're going by World War II. How come nobody else is talking about this? Why am I the only ministry talking about this? Why is this the only platform talking about the 923 ritual that we're literally in right now? Why has Father blessed us with so much of abundance with this, brothers and sisters, and we're here watching it come to pass? Have you heard anybody else talk about the 923 ritual? The Executive Order 11004, relocating communities and putting them into work camps. Have you heard anybody talk about this? 1945 is 2025, that's 80 years ago, we got the reserve currency. And now they're getting rid of this reserve currency and taking it. Look at gold and silver. Silver went up to what? What did silver get up to today? I didn't look at silver at all today. $41 or something. I remember it thought 25. I don't think I'll buy it past 25. I bought it up to 39, So whatever, I know it's going to go up a lot more. We ain't even seen nothing compared to what's going to happen in the precious metal sectors. This has a lot to do with World War II, another World War II thing. Clip the copper penny. We got this transgender ball coming out there, mint and nickel. Remember, copper and nickel was part of World War II. They took the nickel, replaced it with silver, clipped the copper, put steel in the penny. Yep, Trump clipped the penny, and now we've got that transgender ball comet out there emitting nickel. You know, everything's going to be World War II. Overlay. World War II equals World War III. World War II equals World War III. World War II equals World War III. Start studying World War II and you'll understand what is about to happen. Okay. So remember, no predictions. I'm not making predictions. This is not a prediction. You know what I'm saying? It's not a prediction. I just know what happened during World War II. That's why I don't think I want to be on here after, you know, Nagasaki, Hiroshima, because that's when it got real, didn't it? That's when it got real real quick. I mean, I imagine for those people in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, there's also one thing that I want to tell you too that I learned about Nagasaki and Hiroshima since I've been going back and restudying this a lot, is there was a lot of like ancient ruins in those areas too that nobody talks about. Go back and please research this. There were a lot of ruins back in that area that they back then. Yes, they did. And they always do this every single time. I didn't know anything about that till about 6 months ago when I was researching, like, what is this all about? Wow, I didn't know that all this was there. This place got a lot different history than Japan, what the hell? And then it started making sense, so look it up too. There's a great study right there. Look at all the history that I never even knew that area had. So I think you understand. I hope you're ready for that day, man. That's going to suck for those whole communities. And I don't know, let's do this before we go. If you thought that they were going to use two cities, that they'd want two cities because they want the resources, don't think they want it, they want to blow it up for political reasons. If they want to go into a city where they think they could get resources, and because we saw Nagasaki and Hiroshima, we know there were two large events. So we should see two large locations in America. Where will those two locations be before I go? I'm having some issues. I'm going to go. Where would they be? Where were those two locations? In California? Huge resource states. Okay, New York. Thank you. And I don't want them to do this. Chicago. Okay, what's in Chicago? What's in New York? New York and California. Okay, that's what I'm saying. I don't know, but I think resources, right? They'd want to go after some resources, right? Maybe Texas and Alaska, right? Both big states, oil, great California, tons of resources in California. So North Carolina, okay, New York City and Los Angeles, okay. So yeah, and this, it might just be somebody that has a hoard of metal or something, right? Some person's got some big hoard of metal that they want. So there's no wrong answer, right? Because who knows? I don't know what the hell they're going to do. So don't think that, I don't know. I have no idea personally, but I know we'll probably see that same mirror event, man. And like I said, think about that. Just remember this executive order, okay? Nice. That's right. Is in New York. Okay, good. Maybe they want to take out the reserve. Excellent. Brian, your comments are outstanding. You got a lot of time supping. I can tell you've been staying out of the world and really looking at what's going on here. Appreciate you. Were excellent asset. I'm not sure. Yeah, Marshall Island. Remember, guys, there's been over 2,000 atomic bombs, guys, lit that have been ignited on this rock. So I'm telling you, they're not even going to use atomic this time. They're going to use hydrogen. But go look. There's another great. Go back and look at Marshall Island, all the testing and stuff, brothers and sisters, that was being done, on this atomic bomb. There's a lot of information about, what they're about to do. So if you can go back and research a lot of these things, great, she appreciate that, because that's something we should look for in this World War II ritual. Maybe you should look back over to the island, Marshall Island. Maybe this is going to be a different island. Maybe it'll be EpiPen Island I don't mean to go there, but New York and EpiPen Island got wiped out or something in the Caribbean. They're down there in the Caribbean right now, huh? So Good. Excellent, man. Excellent. So, bikini bottom. Good stuff. Ham Solo. Thanks, guys. Father, thanks for narrowing out these last. We had some swine in here, and we got a good bunch of people hanging out at the last of this stream, guys. I really appreciate you hanging out. These last, 40, 50, 30, 40, 50, you get that last group that hung out here. Thanks for participating, guys. This is just what I call game theory. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. My hopes is none of this happens, that we've talked about this, some great thing, and it doesn't happen. But that's kind of getting a little fluffy here. Why don't we think that it might happen and we plan for it happening? And if it doesn't happen, then great. Right? Plan for the worst and hope for the best, right? Hope for the best, plan for the worst kind of scenario. That's what I'm hoping to do with this. Seriously, like, I hope it doesn't happen, but if it does, I've got kind of an idea what I'm going to do already. So I don't get involved and get myself, because, oh my gosh, I know what's coming. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's better to be prepared, not need. It's better to have and not need than need and not have, right? Failing to prepare is preparing to fail. Piss poor performance is because you didn't practice. Perfect practice prevents piss poor performance. You got to be actually doing these things at a time, right? That's why we're doing them now. Got to get that extra oil. That's right. So get those, brothers, sisters, think about it. This could be months away. This could be months away from this next event. Okay. I don't do dates. I just looking at the events. That means you got a whole 2 months or something to go out there and go get it, guys. Go fucking get it. Be slow and smooth. Don't go fast anywhere you go, but go now. You know what I'm saying? And just go nice and smooth. Nobody even fucking notice you. You'll just grab a couple extra rolls here, couple extra rolls there, going over to the Cabela's, going over to the Home Depot. We're just doing this nice and methodically. Nobody sees us. We don't make no... Buying all the toilet paper is going to cause a prepper, hoarder, follow them home. Don't do that. Shh. Nobody's figured it out. The captain has not put on the fasten seatbelt sign yet, brothers and sisters. So do this now, like Noah, excellent lady, and just keep digging. Just keep building. Just do what Father is telling you to do, and don't raise any red flags right now. Nobody will notice a damn thing, guys. This is such a blessing. We're in such a crazy time. We're super crazy. We're full blown into World War III, but we just live stream. How are we live streaming during a war? This is how it's going down this time. So if you don't cause any alarm right now, nobody's even going to look at you. Seriously, nobody's going to look at you twice. The whole America's numb. They're like, everything is awesome when you're part of the team, right? Just go now, or tomorrow. This is your, opportunity. Not too many times do you get opportunities that in life that can, every day opportunity. Yesterday was the better day to do it, remember? What did Dax say? Work harder. Nobody cares. I like that. I'm going to keep saying that. Work harder. Nobody cares. I do that. There's nobody out here to care, brothers, sisters. There's nobody to care. You know what I'm saying? That's right. Hallelujah. Thank you so much. He said, yep. Be in the world, but be not of it. Stay in the word. Be not of the world. Stay in the word. That's what's going to protect you. And very excellent. Let's remember that, brothers, sisters. Get your spiritual house in order first before all things. If you're spiritually all messed up, brothers, you're not going to perform well. When you're right, like Daniel, and you're in that lion's den, and you know that nothing's gonna, and you got strong faith, you're just gonna perform. Okay. Perfect practice prevents piss poor performance. Okay. So if you're staying in the word and you're not of the world, you will have nothing to worry about, brothers and sisters. You really won't. He will guide you. Oh, I walk in the valley of the shadow of death. I shall fear no evil, for the Lord are with me, right? I'm not going to go through the whole thing. Just stay on course. Don't go too fast, okay? Don't go too fast. Yep, heaven and earth shall perish, but my word will never die. Word will never die. So, oh, Nicole, we'd mentioned something about you earlier, but I gotta get out of here, sisters. But that's what I'm saying. Right now, there's no alarm. You guys, they're coming. Trump just said they're going to bring the military to Oregon. Okay. And that's why I'm in a little bit of a, because I'm not be able to move around very much anymore in the state. Okay. And that's cumbersome to me because my son is missing. So we're going to get military in Portland, guys. And I'm telling you, it's not going to stop. They're going to do this in all 50 states eventually. Okay. I already told you what's coming. So if you'll right now, don't panic. And like I said, if you go too fast, if you'll listen to me and you miss one little thing, that could have been the deal breaker. Like if, outstanding. That one cotter pin, brothers, sisters. When I was a veteran, I used to, because a team player, some people, I want to be the Harley, I want to be the handlebars, and I want to be the big shiny light. And it's a motorcycle. It's got lots of parts on it, right? Not everybody gets to be the big handlebars and the shiny and the fenders of the beautiful tank. I got to look, listen, I don't care if you're the cotter pin, okay? And you're the smallest of this motorcycle. Do you realize? Because we get going at a high rate of speed and that little cotter pin falls out, this whole thing is shake and come apart on us. You are as just important, do you understand, as those big shiny handlebars up there. You understand what I'm saying? Every one of us, brothers, sisters, don't miss that pin. That pin comes out, this whole thing will come apart. You see what I'm saying? That's why I don't want you to go and do anything too fast. Do you understand? Don't go do anything fast. You're going to miss that one little pin or something, and that's going to be the difference where the whole thing's going to come apart. Every bit of that machine that you're trying to put together now is important. That's that art. That's what I'm saying. Listen, Father, he'll keep your compass going in that direction. And right now, like I said, if you don't do anything fast, you won't miss anything, and you won't get a speeding ticket, and nobody will even notice you. You'll just go and blend in with everybody that's going, because nobody's doing shit about it anyways, right? Pretty much just going along, just doing their normal thing, getting their week's worth of grocery. You know what I'm saying? This is a blessing. Father is blessing us right now. It's hard to believe that I just blogged for almost 3.5 hours or whatever, and almost near all day. But and we're in straight up World War III. They just put military in 19 states. What are you waiting for? Military to be at all 50 states before you go buy yourself a little cotter pin? You need the whole thing, guys, if you want to get out of here. You know what I'm saying? Don't fight with people. I want you to be able to get on those two wheels and get the flock out of Dodge. You know what I'm saying? For real. I'd never push violence. I'm anti-violent. I'm anti-revolution. I'm a pacifist. I've never been known to be violent. I'm mouthy. You start fucking with me, I will speak up, but I'm not a violent man. Nobody's going to, say I'm violent. I don't bring violence to people. It's just not my nature. I'm just not known for being violent, loud, boisterous. I will protect myself. I've been known to, catch a grenade for you, So, but my main focus that I want you to understand, though, is that you're going to have to prepare for what is coming. This isn't something you're just going to sit around and not get it. They brought the war to us, brothers, sisters. They brought the war to us this time. They brought the war to this country. Please listen to me and don't freak out. This is not something anybody in this country is going to be able to avoid anymore. We waited too long. You know what I'm saying? Not me, but we waited too long. As a country, we could have done something about this, but it is far too late. So don't try to change what they're doing now. Change which it's in your little area. Change which it's in your little tribe. Change what's in your little community. Okay? Be the change. Be the change in the mirror that you want to see. You know what I'm saying? Be that example for people. This is Father has bred all of us for this time, brothers, sisters. I'm telling you. He has birthed a lot of us for these days right here. This is what he's meant. This is our time to shine. Not pride, because that means to shine or rise above others. I didn't say that. He said, put that light at the top of your house. Your body's a temple, and let it shine. Don't remember, don't hide that light in a basket, or I will take that what you have and I'll give that to the rich man. Remember what he will do. So don't hide the blessings and the abundance that he gave you. If you know something, share that. Be charitable with this word, brothers and sisters. When he said be charitable, it has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with food. I know Pastor Revelation's super food motivated, but meat. I think Duck just put in here, eat of the meat, brothers and sisters. Eat of the meat, okay? Go out there and sup with those that are ready and want to do something about it. And people don't right now, if they're riding the fence, just there's the narrow way, and leave them alone. Leave them alone. This is, if they don't see it by now, brothers and sisters, this is kind of a little late for people. We just all went through that whole scamdemic for years. This whole theory and all that, we're past that now. You know what I'm saying? We all went through that. So this time now is a time to just kind of, like I said, okay, those are the people that are going to be easily tricked. You know what I'm saying? But you know, we kind of see who went along last time. So kind of remember that too. This next time this happens, remember how they reacted the last time during the vidco. They're probably going to have a pretty similar reaction this time. We do tend to become creatures of habit, brothers and sisters. Really hard for us to break. Old habits die hard. So if you remember how somebody acted during the COVID last time, that's probably how they're going to act this time. It was kind of a pre-scenario to what they were going to do, if you think about it. It's kind of a light lockdown, a light disease, it seemed like it was, but nah, compared to what we got coming. Remember, it says sorrows. Yep. So it did. A lot of people, I like that, Duck, that a lot of people could no more dispute whether it was real or fake, or like, okay, I see this is there's a lot of nefarious things going on here that I just was kind of like, MSLSD and the ABC and the CNN, the Communist News Net, just the lame, just the basic, but when you start getting off these main lame sources and finding alternative sites and stuff, this stuff starts to like, hey, wait a minute, so I think that's why I'm telling you, if people don't get it after the scamdemic, brother says, they ain't getting it now. You know what I'm saying? After the scamdemic, that was the time to go, okay, all right, they were just going after Jews in during World War II. Now they're fucking trying to whack everybody in the nation. Remember Whack the Nation? All nations, stayed on the X. I was trying to tell people, these are just one group. Now they're getting everybody. They're like, oh, calm down, Tracy. They love you. The government's got the cure. Just stand in line, get a cheat test, get a free test, so that's where we're at. You know what I mean? You guys, it's not time to sit there and try to convince people of anything at this point. If they don't see it, leave them alone. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be hungry for it. Like I said, with the gospel too, brothers and sisters, don't be trying to change a goat into a sheep. If people want this word, they are going to be starving for it. You won't remember, seeking you shall find. Father said, if I didn't call out to the hearts to seek after me, not one of them would. Okay. So he'll pull whoever he wants on that side of you're not going to change that. You just show them to the narrow way. That's it. That's it. That's our only job here, brothers and sisters. Is just show, if somebody's in the broad way, show them, tell them in the scripture, this is what it says, and here's what he says to do. Here's how you can, alleviate your future, judgments. Get it taken care of now, and walk away from that. That way, you're not dealing with that at a later time and date. So, outstanding chat, guys. Outstanding chat. You guys are the absolute best. You are the salt of this earth. I hope you know that. You just go out there and just piss everybody off, don't you? You're the black sheep of your family. You know it. You come here because nobody wants to hang out with you, because all you want to do is talk about what's going on. They just want to stick their head in the sand and act like it's not happening. So you have a family, okay? This is a ministry, and it is a body, and it is a family. I love your family. I really do. I love the people who are here, who have been through the most difficult time I've ever had in my entire life. And I'm still going through it. Nothing's changed. It's just going to be as difficult when I get off here as I wake up, if I can get some sleep tonight. So I better do that and lay down, because I'll be up for at least a couple more hours before I go to bed. So enjoy the rest of your last of the day here. I think most of it's probably tomorrow for everybody here now. So just more than anything, get your spiritual house. Tighten up the loose boards in your ship, brothers, sisters. Your body is the temple, right? And that's the vessel. So tighten up those loose boards, okay? Get your spiritual house ready and let Father steer your ship. And then you don't have to worry. If he's steering it, he's going to put that ship wherever he wants it to go, right? If you're not steering, let him steer the ship. Let him be that wind in your sail. Don't try to take command. You'll wreck the ship and be a Titanic incident. I'm telling you, you'll be at the bottom of the ocean. So done it. Guilty, 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 guilty. I try to take the wheel and wreck this ship every time. So I'm all done with that. So he's got it. He's got it. And he's my faith is what keeps me anchored in here, brothers and sisters. So stay anchored in that faith too. By faith and faith alone, we're saved. But remember, Maranatha until I return. You got to put legs on that service. All right. Pastor Revelation. Thank you, brothers and sisters. If you want to support this ministry, you can do it through that super chat, PayPal, Cash App, whatever. Comments are what? Time. Come back when you have some more time. Okay. Love you, family. I really do. Thank you for being for me. I'm really going through a really tough time, and you guys are kind of taking the sting off of it. So it's not quite so painful. You're a blessing to my life. You really are. I cannot believe how much abundance Father has provided me through this ministry. It's just unfathomable at times. It just overwhelmed me the other day too. I was so overwhelmed with just like, whoa. So I'm just one of nearly 50,000. So thanks for doing your part to be a part of the ministry, because the ministry is a body, not just a pastor. I don't even want the name, but that's what you guys call me. So it is what it is. So we are a body. We are one body. We're one whole. The body is the church. Okay. Love you, brothers, sisters. Leave a comment, somebody after this video or something if you can. If not, we'll see you on the next broadcast. Pastor Revelation, Pastor Apocalypse.